Hollow gods in download mode. I scream in static, breathe in rust, and all I build will turn to
First of all, John, tell me about Dirt Sheet Radio. Am I talking to the Dirt Sheets here?
You're goddamn right. You're talking to the Dirt Sheets. Tony Schiavone, it's John Escudero, Nick LaRocco, Greg Thomas, and Kenny Omega is our world champion.
Kenny Omega's here with us?
All of us. He's inside all of us with permission.
That's
consensual.
He is with us. Kenny Omega's our world champion. Kenny Omega's our world champion.
Hey, Kenny Omega's our world.
I thought Yoda Suji was our world champion.
Yota Tsuji is the heavyweight champion. We specifically removed the word world from that belt.
But we kept international.
It took,
which I always thought was annoyingly redundant.
It took a lot of effort to make this happen, Greg. Let's leave it that way, okay?
International.
Talking about redundant. Think about when it was the website WCWWrestling.com.
Shit. Does someone own that right now?
I just remember that. I think it goes right to the WWE website.
Oh, do they own that? I'm sure they do. That makes sense.
Ironically, I think last time I looked, I think they let the ownership lapse on ECWWrestling.com, so I think it's just this really cheap website right now.
All right, boys, we know what to do.
Hell yeah, let's do this. Anyway, it's been a couple weeks. We didn't have an episode last week. I was tired. I had a lot going on. And then as soon as I decided that I was gonna do the episode, I was like, nothing was going on. And I was like, oh no.
When did you decide that?
When I looked around and realized that life was not gonna die down anytime soon, or so I thought. And then
I'm just curious what time you decided that, because there's certainly a time where I would have been asleep.
No, it was earlier than that.
Okay.
But we didn't have an episode. We're here today. I didn't get to talk to you people about going to Forbidden Door or whatever. That was cool. That was the thing that happened. I did some press backstage there. They took us to a room, sat us under lights for like an hour. You just didn't know when Tony Khan was coming. It's like, if I go to the bathroom, he might come. And then if he comes, I'll be interrupting a live stream. Like, apparently there was a room where they had food for press, but I was like, but again, if you get up, right, and then I go, and I guess
you just be that guy who stands up and walks across it.
I'm like,
why did nobody else
across
get up with me?
YouTube camera by accident forever. That's in lore forever. They didn't take down the CM Punk press conference video. They're not taking down the reporter that crossed the street with his plate of food.
and now John has walked over the wrong wire, and the stream is dead like an early Ring of Honor pay-per-view.
I'm sorry,
I just
Mr.
love
Khan.
the idea of, like, John, you get your like plate of food and you go back to your seat, and while Tony Khan's talking, you're like, excuse me, real quick, I just need to finish this.
He's worse. He just points you out. Oh wow, what'd you get
You
there
with the
on your
fried
plate?
chicken.
Oh shit.
It's not mine. It's SRS's.
We've probably seen it on social media by now. I asked Tony Khan a question about Yota Tsuji and his boycott. I thought he didn't like it. I was like, oh no, he hates me. I fucked it up.
Provoke his pass.
God damn it.
Again.
But he answered, and looking back on it now, I'm like, okay, it wasn't so bad. It was cool and then his answer gets cited in Tokyo Sports, where they told Yota Tsuji what he said, and then Yota Tsuji responded to it, and they're like, gonna go out for golf and shit in Chicago. I was like,
I hope upon hopes that the next time you get a chance to go, and he looks at you, he just goes, "The New Japan guy."
oh fuck. That's the last thing I want is to be
You, the New Japan guy. What do you got?
The guy that made it awkward. You.
Did you get your food yet?
Shit. Yeah, so that was cool. I mean, that's canon. That's wrestling lore.
Yeah.
I immediately asked him a softball question after that. I was like, tell me about my world.
Did you think that? Did you think the Yoda question was the softball?
No, I just asked because I wanted to know. But that happens to me a lot with these interviews where I'm like, I'm asking you a question, and then afterwards the press people are like, you have to delete that one. oh shit. I didn't know. Like I'm not thinking about it like some fucking the dude from TMZ or whatever. Like I need the dirty answer. I'm just like, this is something you haven't answered. That's quite curious. What's going on?
And then they're like, there's a reason for that.
I've been told that if I'm making them uncomfortable, then I'm doing my job. So I was like, okay. Well, if you say so.
Now, did the journalists tell you that, or their agents?
The journalists.
Is that what the competition said?
I'm gonna say it's very important. Who told you that?
No, it's something that people like older people like Dave Meltzer, like people that came from journalism school. They like, if you push them to a place where they don't want to answer the question, you've done your job.
Oh sure.
All right, Roddy Piper.
I was like, I don't like making people uncomfortable. I'm not fit to be this guy.
I think there's a level though of like, a question that crosses a certain boundary versus a question that breaks the entire boundary.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm sure Ben Ulrich would have told you the same thing.
It was a cool experience though. I'm sure I'll be there again, even if they don't let me back immediately. I'll be back. You bet your fucking balls.
Okay, but you have to go back in like full Soul Sports jumpsuit.
I need to dress like Andrade dressed on Dynamite tonight with the
like you're sweating?
Long beige fucking Commissioner Gordon coat and
like you're hot as hell.
Layers.
Yeah,
on a 90-degree day.
I need to carry a notepad
plus humidity.
Yeah, right.
What year is this? I don't want to take it on my phone because it looks disrespectful. But yeah, man, Kenny Omega is the world heavyweight champion, defeating MJF at I was going to call it Bash at the Beach.
It basically was Bash at the Beach. Come on.
It was a bad week to be a world champion on TV.
It certainly was. Kenny Omega defeated MJF. CM Punk defeated Sami Zayn. Two very different circumstances, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Right now, the story that just happened is Kenny Omega defeating MJF for the title, but we still don't know why. Like, why did this happen on a Wednesday night in July? It's very strange. The original plan, as people had spoken about in other places, is that MJF and Kenny Omega would have had this match essentially at the pay-per-view in Montreal. Kenny's gear was even blue and white, like the pay-per-view color scheme.
The redemption.
That's what we were predicting too.
But they sped it up, and ever since his match with Roosh, MJF has been dealing with leg injury and knee injury. He had it all tied up or wrapped up. He's had it wrapped up for a couple weeks now.
Yeah. John, you have to listen to the conspiracy people who said they did this because they had to match the Punk match.
Oh yeah, they did it. They did it because they knew that CM Punk was gonna return and Sami Zayn was gonna drop the belt, and so they countered it with this Kenny Omega thing. Yeah.
Even though they booked that match like a week or two ago.
Yeah, even though they've been kind of teasing MJF versus Kenny Omega for months now.
And even though they've been
even before this.
And even though they've definitely been teasing something going down with Ospreay and Kenny Omega for some time now.
I'm saying.
No, guys, this was a pivot because of Punk.
Because of Punk. It's because of Punk. People are fucking delusional. I just saw that weirdo JD from New York say something similar to that.
Sounds about right.
I was like, the House of Glory left Triller like everyone else, but they're doing a show on a YouTube paywall. Or not even a paywall, for free on YouTube. So you gotta wonder why they aren't on the My AEW platform like everyone else. It's because of dumbasses like JD from New York who work there. That dude, Solomon Monster or whatever, he works there too. I don't think I knew that. I didn't know that. He's like a character on their show. I was like, what the
character?
Fuck? Yeah, he's like the commissioner.
Oh, I didn't know that at all.
Me either. They announced because they made their announcement that they're not going to be on Triller anymore, and I was like, "Well, no one is, buddy." But they announced they're going to be on YouTube for free, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." How did that happen? It is a new world, though.
I heard
as far as like monetization, though.
I want to stand on that for a moment because I read what he said, and it was like MJF deserved to walk in on the biggest stage with the biggest belt, and I was just like, first off, he already did that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Whether or not you want to stand on the fact that like that fucking Adam Cole match is a little divisive. Maybe you didn't like it. I sure as fuck didn't. John loved it. So stay on like whatever opinion you want to have about it. He already did the thing. Secondly,
Kangaroo
maybe people don't want to remember. We already did the Will Ospreay MJF thing in London.
Yep. That's been my hang up the whole time. The whole fucking time. I'm just like, we did this. Like, yes, MJF has carried the company. Yes, MJF helped bring it to where it is right now. And he does deserve a lot of things. But narratively, we've already been here.
Also, MJF is the kind of guy who never suffers from this sort of thing because he's a shitbag piece of crap heel. He can constantly lose and regain. He's not the kind of character that's meant to hold on for the belt for these sustained reigns and look at the champion MJF. No, he's a piece of shit.
He's a whole like. I don't want to say flanderized because that's not really what he is, but he's meant to be that type of a character where he's just a bad guy you want to see the hero defeat.
And he squirms his way back into the belt again, and it's like fucking MJF piece of shit. God damn it.
He always comes back.
And I mean, we'll talk about the rest of Dynamite tonight, but just to get into the Kenny Omega MJF stuff in this match, MJF literally uses all of his heel tactics, and at that point it's like you came across the absolute worst wrong person in the universe to do this against. It's the fucking God. You only pissed him off, and it actually led to him losing his title. It's good stuff. I liked it.
It was because MJF had used in all of their previous matches everything in his arsenal, and now it's one of those things where Kenny Omega.
Well, technically, he didn't get to use the ring.
He didn't get to use the ring because of Ospreay. So at least you got that match down the line. Doesn't have to happen in London. You literally have it there. You could put it away for something else.
Yeah, because I'm just saying, like, MJF pulled out anything and everything, or at least attempted to. And Kenny Omega knew it was happening. Everyone knew it was happening. And it's like, what can you do when someone knows your whole shtick, knows everything that you're going to pop out?
It's interesting too because he had MJF over the last 2 title reigns that he's had been getting wins, like natural wins, and when he wrestles his best, he can get clean wins. And when he cheats, it doesn't always work. He cheated against Darby, he got fucked. Cheated against Kenny, he got fucked. He's like his own reason for losing. It works for me, man. MJF will be fine. He'll be a top guy again by cheating.
the show, and I guess sometimes us, doesn't talk enough about the fact that the entire thing is that MJF is a deeply insecure bitch of a human.
This
That
was one
does
of
not
those-
actually believe in himself as much as he protests to.
Exactly. And this is one of those rare instances where he loses a title, not just, because he didn't prep for this, because he had that extra week to prepare, but, he does get in his own head about different things. I mean, literally, he jumps through the freaking table head first. He was taking all kinds of moves to the skull, 3 V triggers into the face.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny Omega cut a promo after the show was over, saying he respects MJF, but not on this night. Not on this night. I was like, man, that would have worked on television if you guys cut your time.
They had so little television left.
They always push
unceremoniously cut to black.
They always push that shit to the last second.
They go as far as they can, and that's got to be expensive every week too.
Some people think they might do a triple threat at All In. I'm not interested.
That would be disappointing.
I'm not interested.
I don't want that, but it would be pretty sick. But I don't think that should be. It's one of those things where it would be a good match. It just shouldn't be the match.
Man, it's a fine match, but it's not the match. It can't be the match.
I think it's a little narratively unsatisfying. I think there's not enough payoff there.
Yeah. I mean, this is the show of shows. It should be I think anyway, it should be a big old singles main event. Once in a while, you do a good triple threat, but
I mean, you could
20 years from now.
You can. I was gonna say, you can get your Sean Benoit Hunter in there every once in a while.
This needs to be like the christening, and that's always best when it's a one-on-one.
Yeah, but also just as important, I guess it's sort of the swan song for Omega at that level.
We really don't know what's up with MJF either. I kind of want to see what the fuck is going on with that leg, and why did we drop the belt 2 weeks before the pay-per-view? And we can do a rematch. I guess we can do a rematch, but what's the point in that? Like, why?
MJF's not going to get anything out of this. He just drops the title, then he loses again on pay-per-view.
Yeah,
and he's been very well protected overall throughout his run here.
We could be trying to stuff more time into Kenny Omega with the belt. Although I'm just not sure how much 2 weeks is going to add. Like, what do you? I guess you add another defense. He could defend on pay-per-view against someone else, which gives, because let's be real here. This is the last time Kenny Omega is holding the AEW World Championship.
Right. I was gonna say maybe there's some idea that actually it's better for ticket sales if Omega walks in as the champion, as their fucking hero.
And probably better for ticket sales now that people know the main event is Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay 3 at Wembley Stadium. I mean, I
also meant better for tickets at Redemption.
Oh, there's that. But the thing about All In was that they are like, okay, now we're getting close to the end. We need to push because they haven't crossed 30,000 tickets. So they did 50% off sale this weekend.
I did see that.
And they moved 2,000 tickets in 3 days. And I was like, so things happen when you make some effort. Let's make a little more effort.
People
so now you announce your Wembley main event. It's official. They put the graphic out. Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega. All In. Buy tickets now. And I'm sure they'll push tickets. I saw people literally retweeting with a ticket purchase.
Which is kind of interesting when you have also, like I said, you have a Montreal pay-per-view coming up. Like, okay, but what are we getting?
That's the interesting thing is, it's like, what do we do for Montreal? There's only so many real options. Like, the only narrative thing I can
think don't ask Hunter.
If it's not MJF, I can only really think the only other person with connection to everyone in here is Jon Moxley.
That would be wild. But I feel like Moxley and Kenny exhausted everything they could do. Like, we're just doing a random. If this is Kenny's last title reign, make that shit count.
That's why I think it would be Moxley, because Kenny has been doubting the whole relationship between Ospreay and Moxley, and on top of all of that too, I mean, Osprey, or I'm sorry, Omega and Moxley have had such a legendary rivalry throughout the history, even like the day one history of AEW. And I think if this is going to be the kind of swan song, if you will, for Kenny Omega, I don't think it would be the worst idea. Again, it's just like it's just struggle to try and think of who else we could put in that slot.
To piggyback on his point, I kind of agree. I think there's like while a match with Jon Moxley probably isn't the most interesting thing on the palette to me, just from a strict match-to-match standpoint. It makes sense to like there's obviously some narrative point you can do with that storyline where it's like he's fighting Moxley, and this is also something that's supposed to be like on some level you're testing Will Ospreay's loyalties here.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh, like the whole thing, like imagine like the finale, because we saw last time, right, where Moxley and Death Riders came out to support Will Ospreay, and it's just like, hey, Ospreay, you got to make a choice. Which one of us are you going to support in this match?
Right. Yeah. You've had all these talks with Kenny Omega, and like, but you're supposed to be with us now. Are you going to support me? Also, are you willing to support me, Jon Moxley, knowing that means it's me and you in Wembley?
Right, because like then you get to the aspect of what happens if it wouldn't be, but in the world where they're gonna say like if Jon Moxley was to win, then this was like, okay, Ospreay, this is your final test, so to speak, as a Death Rider. And I kind of like that now. I like that dynamic of Ospreay being the Miss Elizabeth to the mega powers of Omega and Moxley.
And if possible, if they can get them in, how does Callum Newman and United Empire play into that?
Oh, exactly. Especially with their mistrust of Ospreay, just because, again, the association with the Death Riders. Yeah. I don't know. There's
how nice is it that they finally figured out after that long, arduous title run how to make the Death Riders interesting.
Right, and like in a completely like different, like almost kind of sort of but not really, but when it's Jon Moxley face kind of way.
Yeah. They finally figured out how to make that damn thing interesting, because good lord, that title reign was a slog.
I really like how like the group overall is like such a like shade of gray type thing, because we got Collision Cowboys, the Bang Bang Gang. Those guys are very much like big time faces and whatnot. But then they've been feuding and attacked the Dogs first, and since the Dogs are associated with the Death Riders, a lot of the Death Riders kind of jumped in and is like, hey, you mess with them, you're messing with us.
Yeah, and I also I appreciated a lot that they had. I think they had a few guys come back, but like one of the more interesting things is like Jay White came back and was like, hey, the Death Rider situation has kind of changed around here, huh?
Yeah.
Guys are a little different about this sort of thing at the moment.
These are different, yet I see some familiar faces in there.
I think somebody else came back and mentioned that the Death Rider situation was a lot different when I left, and now you guys seem to be a little more okay with these thugs or whatever, So I thought it very interesting that people immediately pointed that out.
I'm trying. I had to run away because my daughter hurt herself, but she's screaming. She's very dramatic.
Did she go for the shooting star press?
She sounds like she broke something. But
that's what Jericho did.
No, she's okay. What were you guys talking about?
The narrative possibilities for Moxley versus Omega. And I was being a dick about how they finally figured out how to make the Death Riders interesting.
They'll probably, if they do that, it probably runs as a replacement for whatever Callum Newman versus Kenny Omega was supposed to be at Forbidden Door. But
I did mention the possibility of them getting involved as well.
Yeah, we did look at the fun dynamic that Ospreay needs to make a choice on who he's going to root for, is Buddy Omega or his mentor Moxley.
I just they did this thing, and I don't know. I feel like Kenny is closer to like the end of his actual career than they're letting on. And if that's the case, then there's some stuff we've already done. We need to get some shit. Like it's like the Lesnar thing. Like he's retiring, and we just did 3 matches with Obafemi in a row. Oh, okay, and then we'll never see him again. Cool. Oh well, that's the. I guess that's what you want to do. But in the interest of just seeing something different, but I imagine Kenny will defend that redemption or defend that Grand Slam. He'll defend on television.
Yes.
Grand Slam Mexico, Kenny Omega versus Andrade would be very cool. Not just because I'm going to be there, but because it's going to be a good match. Andrade in Arena Mexico, has he returned to CMLL yet? I'm trying to remember if Andrade has gone to CMLL since he's been back.
Not that I know of. Wait, no. Not that I know of. I only know he's going back to New Japan.
He has gone back to New Japan. He's been champion. But not CMLL. Oh, that's so interesting. Why?
Andrade just wrestled in CMLL last week.
Oh, when?
June 30th.
Against who?
Let's see. It was a 2 out of 3 falls online stream.
I don't fucking remember that at all.
Oh, okay then.
What was the match? What was the match?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure this out. Like, is he even listed in here? Why is this on his thing?
I don't think he's in.
Amon Rob, Brillante Jr. and Dulce Gardena versus Guerrero.
Because he's Brillante Jr.
No.
Oh, okay. So they're fucking confused about the Brillante Jr. thing because Brillante Jr. dressed as Osambra.
Oh my god! Shut the fuck up. We were laughing about that shit too, right? When that happened.
It's not him. They messed that up. It's just like the thing. You guys ever hear about the? Do you guys remember Hard Work Bobby Walker?
I've heard that name
in WCW.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
There is Hard Work Bobby Walker. And they give him on Cage Match, on Wikipedia, on everything. They give him the stats from about like maybe it was like 92, 93, going up to the end of WCW. The thing is, the Bobby Walker that we know of was only there for half of that time because there was a Robbie Walker, Hurricane Robbie Walker.
Nice.
Then there was a Bobby Walker who was just an enhancement guy. All 3 of these guys, by the way, are African-American wrestlers that they have just all put together and given just one grouping of stats for.
We are all Bobby Walker.
As not that Tom Green put it on a short about that.
I'm
the
Bobby
same
Walker.
person, Wikipedia.
No, I'm Bobby Walker. I am Bobby Walker.
Why? Because like one of them's related, I think, to Thunderbolt.
Oh my god, that's so funny. They really confused the Brillantes. I'm looking at the Cage Match now, and it says, so every fucking, god damn it, this is hard to, okay. Well, I thought it was about to be every single Brillante CMLL appearance was in
No,
Andrade's.
I think they just mistook the one where he dressed and
so they're
pretended
fused
to be La Sombra.
They just Bobby Walkered him.
Okay, so he hasn't wrestled in CMLL since December 29th, 2023, where he lost to Volador Jr. This is right before he left and went to WWE.
Resigned, right?
Yeah.
The Save My Marriage signing.
So that actually guarantees to me that he's gonna be in the main event at Grand Slam Mexico. Tony Khan will sometimes like to save things for himself and not give it to anyone else. Like Andrade's return to Arena Mexico. I might want to hold on to that. I dig it. I'm happy for it. Anyway, CM Punk also won the WWE Championship on Monday.
The real world champion.
excellent belt.
Yeah, he. Everybody's really mad at him right there, calling him like CM Hogan and shit.
That works for
I
me,
think
brother.
it's funny. Some people
Which is
call
still
him a hypocrite, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I love to dump on CM Punk too, but if you listen, this is what he always wanted. He always wanted to be the guy that was standing on top of him. He always wanted to be The Rock. He always wanted to be John Cena. He wanted to be those guys. That was his whole complaint. Why am I not on the cups? Why am I not in the fucking posters? I want. He's got it. He is who we always wanted to be. So the word hypocrite, while fun, while you can use it towards him for like other things, in this particular situation, no, he is the exact person he wants to be. The guy who goes part-time, comes back and wins the title, and takes it from whoever the fuck you were happy with having it. This is CM Punk. This is CM Punk living his dream.
You know
You
what
should-
This
would
is
be
also
hilarious?
exactly what he said in like the last time he was on TV.
I was gonna say, you know what would be hilarious is just the fact that like he gets this big like WWE Championship run, and then he still doesn't get that main event slot he's wanted forever.
Oh my god. Could you imagine some? Well, I mean, if you think about it, at least his first SummerSlam, he's not getting the big main event over Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi. Like he's night one. Like he's back to being Mr. Night One. Like,
I watch this is
but-
when like The Rock comes back and like Triple H has some medical breakthrough that lets him wrestle again.
No, I feel like he should be okay after.
I feel like after the
SummerSlam.
two WrestleManias,
Yeah.
I don't think that's a concern anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't know about that. That doesn't seem like a guy who is satisfied with just one.
There's also the point that like they all get paid the same now, no matter what fucking spot they have.
Yeah, but if he says that out loud, he doesn't fucking mean that. You goddamn well know better. You saw how much if it didn't mean so much to him to be in that night 2 main event anymore or whatever, because everyone gets paid the same or whatever. And what the fuck all the tears for the wow, what you crying about then? You got your match with Roman at WrestleMania. What you crying about? It's so fucking sad. I thought it didn't matter, motherfucker. I thought this was nothing. You get paid the same. Whatever.
I don't even remember that for night one.
I just always wanted this my whole life. It's all good. It's cool. Night one is funny because night one he was so appreciative. He thought it was all he was gonna get. He gave him night 2. And now I've got the catharsis. It's real. I did it. There's nothing else. But he's 11-time world champion now. I think 8-time in WWE's eyes. So
I thought they said 9.
no, they said 8.
Okay.
They said 8, and I thought 2 AEW World Championships, so 10. But I guess some people add in the Ring of Honor belt. Other people add in the ECW belt. I'm not adding in the ECW belt.
no way.
No way. That's not a real title.
Because they don't count that.
I wouldn't even count the Ring of Honor belt.
But they wouldn't count the. That's interesting.
I don't know if I would count the Ring of Honor
I mean-
title. Like if you're talking about what fucking television world championships, like 16 cable TV, mainstream.
I mean, what defines a world championship at that point?
It's
Then
the
don't think
OVW
so.
heavyweight title.
It depends because if at that point, then it's Jerry Lawler has 110 world titles or whatever the fuck the stupid ass
Yeah.
number was. Like, we gotta
Yeah.
find a boundary somewhere. Ric Flair himself says he has like 32 or something like that, right? Or I don't know what fucking stupid number he came up with. I don't even think it's real. At this point, he doesn't remember shit.
yeah, but like it is valid that that it is more than what WWE says it is, especially with some of the drops and rehandings that they would do over a weekend.
It happened off screen, you see, on
Yes.
house shows. But essentially,
Shut up.
House shows in Brazil.
what I was gonna say was Sami Zayn wins the title at Night of Champions. Surprise move. I think most people saw the writing on the wall. I knew he was going to lose the belt fast. I thought it'd be to Brock Lesnar. I thought they moved the belts over to Brock Lesnar and Obafemi, but they did something worse.
Thanks for all you did for us, Sammy. We're gonna take the title off.
No. Apparently, Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk for the title was planned for WrestleMania in Saudi Arabia, but they are more focused right now on making SummerSlam, the 2-day extravaganza, better than the WrestleMania in Las Vegas. So
Interesting.
that they were like, fuck it, we'll just do this now. Why not? I just thought it was funny that CM Punk disappeared off television after he lost the world title and then came back and won the world title. And I was like, huh, that's so cute. Look at you being the guy you always wanted to be, being the Yankees.
You never know when a championship opportunity will just fall right into your lap.
Yeah, very cute. I thought it was a good match. I thought it was a good match. It was they really heated up in the last 5 minutes. That they tend to do that.
Just hair Punk. But yeah, you know, CM Punk's run to is just like, yeah, like you said, it goes from like one reign to another reign. And I think like he saw how that worked with Jon Moxley, and he's like, you know, I wanted to do that. Hey, Daddy H, can I do that too?
It works well for Gunther also.
Yeah.
There's a lot of reports of like, not a lot of reports, but I think to me, this is stuff that goes on all the time. I don't need a report to tell me that people are backstage politicking. That's just the way life works. There's no world where people don't politic, except for the fucking bizarre land in AEW where they're politicking to give the belt to somebody else. Like, no, you take it. No, you take it.
I was politicking in the wrong direction.
What the fuck is this?
No, you want to hold it forever.
John's like, what the fuck did Will Ospreay mean he wants to lose?
Bro, you gotta understand, it's gonna look great for everyone, bro. Like, wait, stop, relax. We need a top guy.
Wait, what is Swerve saying? That's the right approach. I'm gonna do the same thing. No, dude, wait, what?
Like only in the AEW system is guys going like, okay, look, I need somebody to act like a top guy.
Man walks up. Don't worry, guys. I will never challenge for the title ever again.
In day one, they said to Tone like, the top guys don't want to be top guys. Cody doesn't want to hold the title. Kenny doesn't want it. Hangman doesn't want it. Nobody wants this fucking belt.
Chris Jericho was just like, I'll take the case.
I
know how to be a top guy.
Let me take that disgusting title. I'll hold it for you guys.
I've always wanted it.
But in WWE right now, I feel like the top guys can feel a vacuum. They can feel that WWE doesn't have like a, or they thought, because Roman is back now, and it's like, oh yes, that works. That's exactly what we had, and it seems to still be working fine. But it's like with Cody Rhodes not doing what people thought he was going to do. Houses are down, TV's down. They smell blood in the water. CM Punk in one ear, Roman Reigns in the other ear. I'm sure Cody desperately trying to hold on. He's got ideas.
I promise do it this way.
But listen, it's Chicago, and I think it'd be a great idea if, a surprise, I win the belt from Sami Zayn.
That would work for me, brother.
I'm sure the conversations are much more charismatic than that. But
I love watching the SmackDown Championship change hands on Raw.
It's so contrived and random, and it's like made just for CM Punk to be there that I knew he was going to be involved one way or another. But like, I didn't.
They know how to do that shit. WWE finds ways to move heaven and earth to get CM Punk in that damn arena.
It's Chicago. We need to make this work.
Like sent the message to Triple H first. It was just like Lingus. Let's get to Signal. We'll keep this private.
But he comes in. He wins the Cody Rhodes was supposed to face Sami Zayn on Monday. They did a thing where Gunther smashed Cody's head into a car door.
Gunther smash.
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm coming after you, Sammy. You disrespected the title. You're my problem now. And then Sammy lost the belt immediately. Like, I was like, well, that got to put Gunther in a funny place story-wise, but all right. All right, then.
Yeah.
Sure.
Same argument I'm having about AEW at the moment as well.
Whoa, shit.
There's some quote 4D chess being played by the writers.
Yeah, I got to see where it's going because
always
I don't see where this Gunther thing is. I mean, I'm sure maybe he'll have a match with Sami Zayn at SummerSlam with no title on the line, just because. But I was like, okay. I mean, because we did that at WrestleMania and kind of took that as far as it can go, but fine. Why not? Rematches happen. I guess. Gunther
Sami Zayn with Nick Aldis.
Sure. I forgot. He's God. That's. Listen, listen,
John
man.
shudders every time another angle comes up where Nick Aldis might wrestle again.
It's like they're trying to scare me. Like Nick Aldis might get back in the ring. No. Just kidding.
Every time he sees an angle where Nick Aldis might wrestle again, he's like, "Son of a bitch!"
Not Magnus. No.
People don't know what they want. They don't know. You don't know. You only know him as a general manager. Oh, Nick, he's so big and buff. He must be a wrestler, but not a good one. No. As a matter of fact, a slow one, a very boring one.
I'm surprised Nick Aldis isn't 40 yet.
Isn't he? Is he? He's not 40. What is he? 39?
Yeah, he's close. Like 38.
Is he close to 39? 38.
So like the last couple of years, like everything I thought has been a lie.
It's not even about him being old. He just sucked. I didn't like Nick Aldis as a wrestler.
I just thought it was interesting.
I didn't like Magnus as a wrestler. I thought he was boring. I thought he held the NWA title for mad long and made like no waves. Like the only thing that people knew was that he was the NWA champion. Like
I mean, a lot of that you can blame on the NWA, which they've been good at doing for several years.
Of course, it doesn't matter.
He's not tied as bad, but I when I stopped watching TNA, I used to always confuse. I was like, oh, tall muscle guy. So that was what? That was either going to be Magnus, Crimson, or Gunner. It was like one of the three tall muscular guys with one name.
I haven't heard Gunner's name in so long. I almost choked on my water.
Let's keep it that way.
What an idiot. Anyway, we so it looks like it'll be CM Punk versus Sami Zayn at SummerSlam this year. I mean, not Sami Zayn versus Cody Rhodes, which kind of feels like Cody's gonna lose. So Cody is kind of shut out of this top spot.
I would not be surprised if Cody wins at all.
That would be funny. I would laugh very hard, but at this point, they do a lot of weird things in that company for the sake of it. Obafemi winning the King of the Ring and then being like, I don't want the title shot.
It will be there when I'm ready for it.
I don't think that's how that works. They said SummerSlam. The advertisement had a logo on it, but all right.
We just said, don't be like Hangman. Don't give it up.
It's so funny, too, because you write this show. You could have just been like, and the winner challenges for the title whenever he wants. Like, you said SummerSlam on purpose.
Well, they've never been shy of doing angles where anyone can relinquish any opportunity they want to.
I mean, you can. It's just stupid. It doesn't make it any less stupid.
Sure.
Because you wrote it. The idea that...
But it's not because the like what's on the paper is stupid. It's because Obafemi might be stupid.
This is one of those rare instances where like it would have been better to go on their old school philosophy of just acting like they never said it.
I mean, I guess if they want to say Obafemi's stupid, that's what we're putting across here, because that's the only thing that
they want him to be the new Ryback, of course.
It's not my fault. I didn't.
Obafemi is deeply motivated by revenge.
I need Brock Lesnar. The titles will be there at any time. Like, I guess, brother. I fucking guess. Someone.
I mean, you can use that same logic. They've used that same logic on Brock Lesnar, where he did that whole thing where he cut the promo where like the belt means everything to me, and Eddie Guerrero took it away from me, and that's why I want to fight Goldberg.
Well, he didn't have a shot. You didn't have the Royal Rumble. You didn't have a shot at WrestleMania. I want.
They've never found a way.
But it's so stupid. It's just dumb.
I don't believe Kurt Angle had the shot either.
He was actively involved in sending Eddie Guerrero to jail. I don't know if you remember that.
That doesn't make a match.
He was the 2 years of SmackDown 6 rivalry stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. He didn't get a rematch either. Brock just got no rematch. He just dropped the belt and got suspended.
And then wrestled Goldberg and left.
And then left.
82nd Airborne. Why were they calling him that? Why was that a thing they were saying? I forgot that was a thing they called the 82nd Airborne. Why? What does that mean?
That was the thing they called Brock?
Vince called Brock that when he was talking about having to keep him away from Goldberg. It's so weird. It's in the WrestleMania 20 video package. For Lesnar Goldberg.
The 82nd Airborne.
And I always thought it was like a reference to his fucked up shooting star press.
Yeah, piece of shit.
Anyway, yeah. So Brock Lesnar, Obafemi, we've talked about that in the past. Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins is the big match that they're doing, and he just sent LA Knight out there to cook Seth Rollins for some reason. What the fuck was that about? He went out there and just shat on their whole main event scene. I was like, what? Okay,
yeah.
This is so funny as fuck. I'm like, what? Who is this helping? Like, what the fuck?
Who is this helping? What I say every time I watch it.
They figured the Rollins Roman thing is bulletproof, so we can send LA Knight to get himself over on your expense, and you guys will be okay. But I was just like,
you don't got shoes of a champion.
I was like, what? He went out there, he fucking shitted on their program, shitted on the idea of Seth Rollins even being in a title match. It was, and Rollins had nothing to say. Like he didn't get him back. It was like he was like, okay, well, I have to deal with Roman, so after I'm done with him, I'll see you. And I was like, what? Why did you just neuter the guy who's gonna face your world champion on the next
giving Billy Gunn and The Rock?
Random.
It was even worse when it was like Seth's putting himself off as like, well, you know, Roman doesn't show up as much. He gets paid more than me, but I thought the work was the reward. I'm like, you sound like a bitch.
Why did he get paid so much? But me, I'm only kind of rich. I'm gonna be really rich, like Roman. Like
but hard work is its own reward, John.
Okay, all right, cool. Yeah, good death is too.
Thank you, Stabler.
So I don't know. I'm not even like sick of, you know, a lot of people make fun of the fact that they keep going back to Shield lore with Rollins and Roman.
Cheers to the back.
I'm like, that's what they are. You know, that's a thing that's always been part of their story. It's like I don't think they ever exhausted it all the way anyway. Like you didn't take it to its extent. Except for
John, do you ever get sick that they keep going back to Dr. Doom and Reed Richards?
You know, the other day though, I was actually thinking, like, how many times
he's gonna fuck me up right now?
Learn the same lesson. Yes, you're not fit to be a god. You're not fit to be an emperor because you're too vain. Like, how many times are we gonna look at that?
Everything Roman Reigns related on his like presentation, and for the longest time, like just the semblance of the Shield theme song. Like, he's always been connected in there. And then, like, remember, they have to make sure too they get the slight little reference to Mox in there.
They do. We used to be a trio. There were three of us. Who's the third guy? Nameless. Thinking of
the build up to the triple threat match where they conveniently placed Punk right in front of Moxley in the video package, so you only saw Seth and Roman.
They knew what they were doing.
I just thought that they took the Roman Rollins thing to a place at WrestleMania 40 a couple years ago where they needed to have one final singles match, but I didn't think it was going to be 3 years later, bro. Holy shit.
They've still been trying to ride the momentum from just that success.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Like, I thought surely Seth Rollins would get surgery and then they'll do it immediately after, but more things happen and more reasons for people not to be able to fight each other happened, and now we're
And then
here.
John's worst fear was realized when they just reassembled the bloodline.
I couldn't believe that it just went so straight like that too, but at least now it kind of looks like they've got a different idea where it's like Roman discovers that Jacob is a powerful force that he can take advantage of. It's like, well, it shows how much he pays attention to his own family, but all right.
Wasn't the entire point that Jacob was too dangerous to be taken advantage of?
Yes, I thought like, we didn't bring him in because he's a criminal. And then I saw him do criminal activity, and I realized how profitable.
I also like criminal activity.
I think we can be criminals together. Yeah, Sami Zayn was. He had this line on Friday on SmackDown where Jey Uso was like, "I need to bring the title back to the family, cuz." And Sammy's like, "As far as I'm concerned, the title is in the family. The fucking belt right now." And then I thought, like,
who's got two thumbs in the Sami Uso? This guy.
I was like, oh god, they're just gonna complete the whole bloodline reunion, huh? We just put Sami Zayn back in that shit like nothing happened.
None of the rest of the stuff happened. It's all been a dream.
All the other shit happened like nothing happened too. So I mean, you might as well just put family back in there, Sammy back in the family. The Usos just went back to Roman like nothing happened.
Things not happening. I mean, let's be real. Again, that's been the go-to thing in this company for decades.
Anyway,
weren't they trying to run it at first with the idea that like the bloodlines back together, but there's still tension between Jay and Roman, and Jay's getting darker and darker.
And they abandoned it entirely. he just loves Roman now. He's like, you gotta fall in line, Oos. Run an OTC, Oos. Oh shit!
He got dark and abandoned things. All right.
I'm gonna no sell that.
How quickly we all found ourselves back in this darkened place.
I don't know. Yeah, he's always in TMZ, this Uso guy.
He was just like, let's run it back.
But I don't think that has anything to do with why they're incompetent about his storytelling. He was world champion, and now he's just Roman's bitch, and people keep mentioning
sort of amusing that it's sort of amusing that this program is making Solo seem like the smart one.
I know. I'm like, what? And I'm supposed to believe in this now after the way you've told his story all this time? Okay.
Solo's just like, I never trusted that motherfucker. I ain't never liked him. You see, I always stand off to the side, right?
I hate the bloodline. I hate my family. It's like, is Solo
Look at me do this chicken dance.
Is Solo Sikoa really the one that's getting all the character depth?
Yeah, pretty much.
Roman Reigns himself isn't getting as much character depth as Solo Sikoa.
He lost Tama Tonga, so now his family's gone. His family tree.
That is so good. I fucking hate it.
But I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of it in a while, but like I gotta be lying if I said I didn't enjoy like fun babyface Solo. Like he was very entertaining.
He's got moments, little 10-second, 30-second moments that look really funny out of context. And it's like, yeah, man, Solo's funny. But you used him as a joke, not even like a comedy joke, like a worthless joke for a while. He was fighting for lanterns and shit. Why do I fucking? What makes you think that all of a sudden, if you make him hate Roman, then it'll be okay? All right. now we're gonna love Solo. He hates Roman. No, actually, this sucks. But yeah. As far as Sami Zayn is concerned, I don't expect to see him ever hold the WWE Championship again. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing him hold the title. That's what I took from it. I was like, I'll take that image of Sami Zayn holding the WWE Championship.
The moment people talked about it, it went viral, and that's all they do now.
It's a thing that happened. El Generico won the WWE Championship in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
And he did it clean, too. He just rolled Cody up. It wasn't even like a low blow or whatever. He just beat him.
The old small package.
I forgot CM Punk fell during the finish for the Sami Zayn match. That was funny. But, yeah, good stuff. Good match otherwise. That was funny, though. He's old. Don't be doing other people's moves, old man. The rest
he's got a great track record of messing up when he does other people's moves, doesn't he?
Oh, shit. You're right. I forgot about that. I didn't even think of that. He just fell trying to do a haluva kick. He just kind of slipped and fell in the corner. But we got some other stuff to talk about this week. Some other new champions. Gabe Kidd defeated Shota Umino at the Road to G1 show over the weekend. He
got Death Rider music officially.
He came out with the Death Rider horns attached to his theme song. I was like, I was telling Greg, or Greg was saying earlier tonight when Ospreay didn't come out with Death Rider horns. This guy, he's not committed. He's not going to be a Death Rider very long, is he?
Dog's about to go after him.
But Gabe Kidd comes out and he's fucking hyped, and he does all his mannerisms. He get in the ring and he immediately drop kicks the fucking ref. He states at the referee. I was like, oh god! It's like him and Shooter brawl through the crowd for like 10 minutes. And Shooter's busted open, and I'm laughing. I'm like, they told Shooter this is gonna be a Death Riders match, and he pulled out the blade. He knows. So he's bleeding. Gabe Kidd challenged Shooter by telling him that you're not a real Death Rider, nobody believes in you or whatever. So I was like, surely he should be proven wrong. That's normally the story you would tell if you're trying to get a baby face over. Surely you're not going to prove this evil piece of shit right by failing. And then he failed. You don't understand. This story felt that way. And then mid-match, Gabe goes up to Tanahashi's face and spits at him. And he takes the global belt and throws that shit across the arena. He doesn't want it. He doesn't respect this belt. He doesn't respect the company. So this baby face.
I like when he did the pile driver while staring Tanahashi down.
But this baby face, who was supposed to be defending the company and his own honor, just loses. It's like he loses to the Death Rider. Gabe Kidd hit him with Jon Moxley's Death Rider and pins him. Forces Tanahashi to put the belt around him. Then smacks the shit out of Tanahashi, takes the belt off and throws that shit against the ground. Like outside the ring onto the floor, not the fucking. He's trying to break it, Naito style. I was just laughing. I was laughing so hard, like holy shit! Like they fucking hate Shooter. They fucking hate Shooter so much. He won, and they made such a big deal. This is his 19th attempt at a championship. He's finally gonna win one, and he did. And then he lost it on V1, like a V2 against the worst piece of shit. Shooter, fuck, man. What the fuck did Shooter do? What does he do? How does he even?
Hey, Shota.
I'll get my revenge. Like, bro, it's too late. You already look like a dork. Yeah, I'll get my revenge. It's too fucking late.
No, you won't.
Yeah, sure. Nobody cares now. Oh boy, he's gonna get a win over Gabe Kidd in the G1. I'm sure.
I mean, I guess the point is that it's them trying to get the Japanese to care.
They don't give a fuck. They don't want Shooter either. I mean, they don't want Shooter less than the Americans don't want Shooter. Americans don't give a fuck about Shooter. Most of them don't know who he is, and the Japanese don't want him. I don't know what to do about
this.
This
is where Tony Khan says, "Hey, Shooter, guess what? I gave you a win. I'm just saying.
Send him somewhere. Send him to Mexico. Send him to America. Make him a Death Rider. I don't know. Do something with Shooter, man. He's cooked. Fuck. He had that tag team with Yuya Uemura during Tag League, and they look good. They look like good two baby faces who are right. They're right before they're gonna do something big next year. Something's gonna happen with them. And Yuya's in the G1, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so he'll probably have a good year again. And Shooter, man. I like Shooter. I think, you know what? I was gonna say I think he's got this like Tanahashi energy about him, but again, people have made fun of him for that. Like,
it's only worked against him, in fact.
Oh man, I don't know what they're gonna do. I feel bad because it really reminds me of Naito, but in like 2012, 2013. But
Stardust Genius Naito.
Yeah, but fuck, like they haven't sent him. You know, when that happened, Naito left. He went to Mexico. He went through a whole transformation. He came back and reinvigorated, and things happened.
Bad man.
Of course, the company never fully got behind him the way he wanted, but things happen. Yeah, shit,
I mean, he was never like Naito was, Nakamura to Okada's Tanahashi.
That motherfucker wanted to be Okada.
He wanted to be, but he was not. He wasn't gonna be because Okada was right there.
Yeah, that's the issue. You can't outshine the sun.
No, you can't. You can't. No matter how hard Scottie Pippen wanted to be Michael Jordan, Michael Jordan was his teammate.
Yuya's fucked. I mean, Shooter's fucked. And they're not even on the top level. Like,
no. Shooter's like Grant Hill.
he's like fucking Ken Shamrock right now, bro.
Ken Shamrock.
At least Naito is like main event and shit. Like I'm in a main event fucking. I guess Shooter main event.
Shooter main event to the Tokyo Dome.
I want to make a very controversial.
It wasn't good, but he did do it.
Brian Christopher in early TNA.
Oh fuck, that's rough.
Ooh,
Brian Christopher getting like 5 or 6 eliminations in that original Battle Royal on the first show.
Jerry King was
my god, that brings back some awful memories.
And we're in the South. Yeehaw!
Oh man, I have a very distinct memory of him like pulling Goldilocks up by the hair, just like, "Come here, you cunt!" Like, Jesus Christ.
Did you guys see the TNA Dark Side of the Ring?
Yes.
That shit was good, but it was also interesting how they skipped the way they told their story. I was like, a lot of missing pieces here, but okay, I'll accept it because we're focused on Jeff.
Yeah, I thought too, like it was interesting the time jumps, but like you said, like it's a Jeff Jarrett story. It's not a TNA story.
Yeah. I mean,
it's that they're gonna do a lot more in the next part.
It's supposed to be both. Like, so I would have liked to get a little bit into the NWA years. Like, we just shot right past that shit. Like,
yeah,
we had a financial issue and then we fixed it. Now it's 2005. I'm like, oh, okay. All right then.
I mean, listen, if we got deep into the weeds of all of that, it would be a TNA season.
they kind of like jumped right over Russo Cornette too. But like, all right, we just were like, okay, we've talked about this enough.
I mean, yeah,
they hate each
honestly.
other. You get it. But the part
Fucking
about
Vince
Jill
Russo was the bane of my existence in this episode.
It's kind of crazy. Like I've softened up on Vince Russo.
Have you?
Know. Yeah,
Really?
I don't know.
I think I've only hardened.
There is some times
been
where
the same.
I hear him talk and he's like genuinely doesn't understand. Like he's like, this guy wants to kill me over pro wrestling. It's wrestling. And I'm like, I don't think he gets it. Like he
The
doesn't.
man wants me to give a shit about wrestling on his wrestling show. I don't understand.
He's like, he wants me dead. He seems like taken with people's reactions to him, and I almost feel like I think he's let that stuff affect him. Like I think he lets the fans, this, oh my god, Vince Russo is a fucking loser, he sucks or whatever. Like he actually took that shit seriously to heart. I just saw him the other day tweet something where he was like, I think somebody was like, who doesn't hate Vince Russo? And he retweeted it like, you see, why would you people hate me over fucking pro wrestling? What do you mean? Who doesn't hate Vince Russo? Why would everyone hate Vince Russo? And I'm like,
Vince Russo's the kind of guy who would go to a Yankee game and be like, who cares about all the baseball? Where's the YMCA?
I certainly don't agree with his ideals about wrestling. But
no, absolutely not.
I kind of feel bad for him. I don't think he gets it. I don't think Jim Cornette. Well, I think by now Jim Cornette probably really does want you dead. But in the beginning, those were
just wants everyone dead.
Those were just
Cornette's actually trying to outlive him for the lulz.
Yeah. I also feel like he tends to be and they said it in the Dark Side of the Ring. He tends to be a scapegoat for a lot of things because it's easier. It's easier to just be like, it was his stupidity that sunk everything.
He ruined WCW.
Well, he certainly helped. A lot of people are hiding behind that.
I dislike the idea that Vince Russo killed WCW. Like, look, was his shit dumb? Yes. WCW had problems before Vince Russo got there.
Yeah. Hey, remember, there's a laundry list of problems WCW had for years before they even went on the 83 weeks.
That's the thing a lot of people forget. The reason why they brought him in is because they were in trouble. He was free, and they were like, what we need is a new visionary.
The guy that helped bring in the Attitude Era for the WWF and give them success.
I think that...
When you make Eric Bischoff look like the winner in a scenario, like, I don't know, man.
I think that the WWF
utilized they bring him. Both Russo and Bischoff in.
I think that the story is always that Vince McMahon was the greatest filter for Vince Russo and got the good ideas out of him and left the bad ones on the floor. And I think that if someone
Patterson and all the other cadre guys they had there,
even in TNA, they had Dutch Mantell, who acted as a filter for Vince Russo stuff until he didn't. I think that there was a place for Vince Russo in wrestling, and he made himself as useful as he could.
The concession stand.
WWF magazine. Back at you.
But I enjoyed the episode. I don't know if I ever thought of Dixie Carter as the malicious lady. I always thought she was more dumb. As far as wrestling wise, wrestling, like a dough and fucking lights, like, oh wow. But this
rich white women,
this Dark Side documentary really kind of changed. I was like, oh, Dixie, you evil bitch.
you think this episode did it? Fucking Karen Jarrett just goes in on that woman.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see more of that. Karen Jarrett is another one that I was like, wow, she's fucking great on this show right now. Like, I don't know if you've seen Oppenheimer. Like, if you've seen Oppenheimer, Kitty Oppenheimer's wife plays a very similar role to Karen Jarrett on this episode. Where it's like
that's very interesting way of putting it.
This dude is being all fucking optimistic and he's not fighting back. He's not biting. He's not hitting the way I want him to. So I was just going to take the opportunity to speak for him. I hope that bitch burns in hell. like Dixie fucking Carter, the fucking moron. I was like, she's got the most censorship out of everyone on this episode. She's been holding on to that shit for a while, huh?
Yeah. So like they released another snippet early on I think Tuesday morning or whatever, where she goes as in depth as that snippet was going to go into the thing with her, Kurt, and Jeff, where she's like the marriage thing was a complete angle. We were separated before that shit started.
Yeah.
But like the performance that they put on for the locker room was that they were married, so that when the Jeff thing happened, everyone was just like,
What? What's going on? I mean,
can we appreciate the moment where Vince Russo took credit for the TNA name?
That was on me, bro.
Tits and ass, bro. I was like, God, I fucking hate you, obnoxious piece of shit.
I have to say though, it really was, when you see all these like very like carnies or like tough guys, like seeing guys like Vince Russo and Scott Steiner break down over Jill Jarrett though.
Yeah.
That was like one of the more compelling parts of the whole documentary.
Yeah.
I was like,
seeing Scott Steiner just get up and walk away. He was just like, yeah, I can't do this. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
She seemed like a really nice lady too. I mean, just by the way everybody was talking, she seemed really nice. I can't even imagine.
It's one of those weird things where it's just like a room of 10 disparate people, and it's like that was the one thing they could agree on. Jill was amazing.
Yeah, that's true, right? It's the one conversion of all the different stories.
Yeah.
The awesome fucking awesome Kong on the episode.
She's gonna be great. I just want all the raw footage of Kong.
She was so good. She was like, I need her to be in a fucking television show. Like, why is she not employed? Like, even if she's not on TV, why is she not a coach right now? Like, of all people on earth, awesome fucking Kong should be someone teaching girls how to wrestle. Fucking there was a couple other things about the episode. They said they couldn't get Dixie, which
of course they could.
Big mistake on her part. I think.
Defending herself.
Yeah. You if you know the story and like, I guess it's easier for people to just hide from things. I could just act like wrestling doesn't exist anymore and all of it's in the past and I don't have to think about it, But man, you fucked a lot of things up, lady. I would like to hear.
In some cases, right, it is better for you to just say nothing and not incriminate yourself further.
I'd really like to hear her justification for a lot of things that she did. Especially, I think that she wouldn't have been able to get by the Jeff Jarrett, Karen Jarrett party thing. Using that as a reason why. Using that as a way to get rid of him or whatever.
Yeah.
How could she have talked herself? How could she have talked that one into the camera? Like, no, I genuinely believe that it was bad for the company. Like, you're gonna look foolish.
The way this fucking episode brought back the memory of Jerry Jarrett on that website with Vladimir Kozlov.
Right,
I was like, holy shit, I completely forgot that happened.
When they zeroed in on that screenshot of Vladimir, I'm like, no way.
I'm like, oh, I've seen this before.
Like, I know exactly where this is going. I forgot. That was deep in my subconscious.
I remember the first, like, before Dursty started saying things, the first thing people thought was like, was WWE and TNA gonna do? What is this? And then it's like shortly after they start talking about the betrayal. You get the newsletter stuff about backstabbings or whatever, and then he leaves the company, so that's public. But fuck?
I remember too, because like Jerry Jarrett and Vince, had a pretty close relationship for a very long time. And at the time, a lot of people were like, "Uh-oh, is Vince stepping down again for some reason?"
Yeah.
Vince, yeah, of course. If you don't know, Vince actually earmarked Jerry Jarrett to run the WWF if he had to go to prison in the steroid scandal in '94. That's how close they were. He would have let the man run his company.
Yeah. It was one of those things that's like, it's so funny to think about how many stories came out of that image that were super conspiratorial and very like daytime TV, and in fact it was just Jerry's just trying to get himself fired.
That's what happens in wrestling, baby.
They're so pro wrestling though. Like the thing about it, like he is
you
so
couldn't just walk away.
Like,
I had to do some stupid shit.
And that's what wrestling doesn't have today. Like we don't have people that care about wrestling that much. Like Jerry Jarrett never spoke to his son again. Like over professional wrestling. We need that kind of toxic energy in pro wrestling again.
I'm reminded very much of the clip from Back to the Territories where Lance Storm brings up that like everyone talks shit on Brett that he takes wrestling too seriously. It's like, I don't think people take it seriously enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we take a moment too to think about like how did Jerry Jarrett and Vladimir Kozlov meet in the first place?
I think Jerry just had his hooks in a lot of different places. People would come to him about wrestling.
Yeah, I think there was just something about knowing about this Russian athlete from some other back channel.
Yeah, it's just funny as hell that was the link up. Like this Russian guy, and the setup, like he had this Russian guy, and we cut to Vladimir Kozlov.
I forgot about it first, and I was like, "Did we put the wrong Russian guy up here? Or is this just to show that there's a Russian wrestler?" And then I was like, "Wait a minute, I forgot about that."
The actual website screenshot was like a fucking snap. Like, oh my god.
That was everywhere in the forums at the time.
I missed
I guess it should be said
website, by the way.
For anyone for the sake of posterity, I guess it should be said that I swear to God, I think the show calls him Russian, but like Wikipedia says he's Ukrainian, and that might be a very sensitive divide.
Oh wow! Oh, those are politics that we might not want to get into.
I'm simply saying we may want to point out that Wikipedia says he's Ukrainian. If that is the case,
Greg is going to be learning Russian and giving an apology video quite soon.
I think the show says he's Russian. I don't know.
He was on the show. Dark Side of the Ring said Russian guy.
Said it.
That's what I'm saying.
Said Russian
That's
guy.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
And as far as I remember, WWE pushed him as a Russian guy. Right?
They 100% did, yes.
A Moscow Mauler.
So excuse the fuck out of me if it finds out he's from another country. But so if you haven't seen it, check it out. I was kind of angry. I was like, why the fuck did we do 2 hours and not 3, you cowards? But they hooked me to come back next week, and then I guess I'll come back when.
What do you mean 2 hours and not 3?
There's a third hour. It comes out next week.
Yeah. I thought that was. Oh, okay.
No, it was just. That's why I said, "Damn, this was long as fuck." What do you mean you didn't release the rest of it? Like, you might as well just finish this shit right now. An hour.
I thought it was only an hour.
No, it was. It took up 2 hours of time slot. Maybe they counted the commercial.
What I sent you was 40 minutes. What I sent you was 44 minutes.
Is part 2 already out?
Did you?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they both aired. Two hours aired.
Because I don't get Vice on YouTube, so I had to get it through Amazon, and they only had part 1 up.
Oh,
I had it on.
Okay, so we're all knowing different things here then.
No, so you guys watched you saw the Karen Jarrett part, right?
I sent you the 44 minutes that I saw the 44 minutes that I sent you, and the Karen Jarrett part I saw was a snippet.
Yeah, snippet at the start of part 1.
Oh, I watched that whole shit already. It's
Okay.
it's really good. Go
Now we
see
gotta
it.
find it. Gotta
Um,
find it.
Yeah, so part 1 and 2 came out at once, and then part 3 will be out next week.
Oh, okay. That's how I'm just like, what do you mean?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
Amazon says it'll be out in like a couple days.
The first one ends, I think, with the Jerry Jarrett stuff, and then the second one is all about like Dixie Carter and her schemes to get rid of Jeff Jarrett.
That's what it was.
The power
building up
play,
to.
as it were.
And so I thought I was talking like you guys knew that shit already, but yeah, Dixie, they
I
definitely.
mean, we know it just as people that
Yeah,
live through it.
we know the stories, but hearing them talk about it, like hearing other people talk about the Christmas party and
The
Dixie
Christmas
sees
party.
Jeff and Karen and she freaks the fuck out, and it's like, oh shit.
Christmas parties tend to not go well in backstage
Yeah, it
wrestling
ends-
circles.
It ends. The video I sent you ends with a preview: Dixie Carter's power play and the Karen angle.
Oh, okay, but it's on Hulu right now. Go to your Disney Plus. But you know what? I lucked out. I actually don't know if it's archived because last night I went to Hulu to watch it, and it said season 7, episode 1 airing now. So when I clicked it, I just had to press start over, and then it just aired both episodes on the channel for me. So I don't know if it's archived yet.
Maybe you got the glitch.
No, but they advertised both episodes. They advertised it's going to be 3 parts,
a double premiere.
A double premiere. So I knew that was right, but I got lucky that it was airing, so I was able to watch it while it aired instead of waiting.
Have they always put it on Hulu as it aired?
Well, I have Hulu TV, so that might have been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that might help. It's funny too because it just shows up in the. It just shows up in the list. Like I clicked the show, and then you go to season 7, and it has a little lightning bolt next to it, and it's like airing live. And I was like, oh shit.
Okay.
But yes, go watch that. Check that out. It was great. I want to hear you guys' thoughts, especially on the Dixie Carter part. She's evil bitch. Avery Styles, AJ Styles' son, was announced. A very Styles. I refuse. Keep your pun name. I was surprised. I was genuinely surprised that GCW already announced 2 matches for him. They haven't announced the opponents yet, but he's booked on the July 31st and August 1st GCW shows. I imagine AJ Styles will be very involved. I imagine that this kid will be in the PC sooner than later. I always figured that's kind of why AJ Styles stuck around anyway. He get his son, trying to get his son the Dominic treatment.
I was gonna say the Rey Mysterio way.
Yeah. I don't know how good he is or whatever, but I know who his dad is, so it's in the blood. Well, make it work, kid.
I mean, hopefully your kid is more Dominic Mysterio and less Bruno Sammartino. David Sammartino. So, yeah.
I was gonna say more Dominic, less Chris Axel.
Less
Hey, Joe Henning was a prospect in FCW.
The Genesis, the starting, the beginning.
Less Kevin Watts.
Of the Genesis. The
what
origin.
is it with wrestler sons named David?
With
it. Why do they suck?
The same season. Is it the same season too with the never-ending Genesis of McGillicuddy and Eli Cottonwood's mustache?
Yes, I think that's the same segment.
Eli Cottonwood. I had him on Facebook for a while with my old account. I lost all the wrestlers I used to have on Facebook.
The most I remember about Eli Cottonwood, other than the mustache promo, is that he was in the background of the first promo I ever saw from Bray Wyatt.
That's right. You're absolutely right. I forgot. He was the original tall mustache guy. They replaced him with Brody Lee and Eric Rowan. He's so nice, had to get replaced twice. Good for him. All right. So another thing we had on the list. Oh, that's right, a big one. Sheamus left the WWE this week.
Yeah.
He was offered a
It's
quote
a shameful thing.
contract restructuring, and he told them to restructure it up their ass. He's going to leave. He is expected, like people
Where is he
in
expected, John?
AEW, people in AEW, I guess a person in AEW is expected to push hard for him to come.
Okay, Claudio, you can take the mask off now.
He's just not hiding at all, but he's trying.
Right.
A person.
What if I don't just set the bar with Sheamus?
The report is funny because you know that this dude Fightful doesn't know shit about Lucha Libre, and he's like, "Oh, AEW, this person Claudio's pushing for Sheamus to come to AEW, but it was also mentioned that they could always work together in CMLL, and CMLL has interest." And I'm like, you don't even have to know that much about Lucha Libre to grab the context clues of like, when have they ever participated in that kind of bidding war? What the fuck? When does CMLL interest factor into anything? They're just like, if he gets to work in AEW, we'll like take him for some dates, and if he's ever available, fine.
CMLL seems to definitely feels like a place that's like, if they come to us, like, sure, I'll entertain it.
Yeah, like, well, I'm not paying whatever for WWE rates you want. Get out of here.
You act like we don't have enough of our own guys. Like, Jesus, I don't need to fly these people in.
An interesting factor, though, about the Sheamus thing that I didn't know until before we went on the air is who his talent agent is.
Oh
no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's Nicola Piccolo.
Oh, God,
I was hoping it was Mojo.
Have fun in MLW, Sheamus. We could have had a great thing. No. From what I heard.
I mean, that'll get him on the NJPW.
Well, from what I heard, Nicola Piccolo has nothing to do with the guy's wrestling negotiations. Apparently, it's just Hollywood.
Get him in more movies.
Which is like, good job, I guess. What the fuck did you get Ninja Turtles once and that's it? Like, are you riding off that? Like, trust me, brother, I got you Ninja Turtles. Yeah, it was 10 years ago. but yeah, I've heard that was his agent, but it's said that he doesn't deal with the wrestling stuff, and let's hope that that's true, because otherwise I can't see Tony Khan negotiating or Tony Khan's people. No, I doubt Tony Khan is in those meetings.
God damn, that was 2016.
See, I said 10 years ago, motherfucker. 10 years. He had that mohawk. He won the title. He took it from Roman Reigns.
Right.
He did do an episode of NCIS Los Angeles in 2023.
Oh, thank you, Nick LaPiccolo. Good job.
I like the idea that like you don't like emphasize, like you just say Nick, and I'm just like, yeah, no problem.
No. Little Piccolo, not Little Rocco. What is with you Nicholas? What's with the L? What's with the L thing after the Nick? Is that a cultural thing?
Well, mine actually flows properly. His does not.
That's true. Too many syllables on that guy.
Yeah. I got just enough. My name is chantable.
Just the right ones. If you can't chant your name in a baseball game, then your name is wrong.
Exactly. Let's just change your name at that point legally.
You just clap it 3 times. I don't like that. Anyway, good stuff. Sheamus, there's lots of wrestling left. There's good wrestling left in him. He could do some cool things. I don't want to.
Been able to do with that, because we know a couple of years ago we talked about his severe spinal stenosis diagnosis, and just from that, it's been incredible to see what he was able to do and the advancements of sports medicine. I mean, look at how so many wrestlers are going deep into their like late 40s and early 50s.
Yeah, there's that. There's also, I mean, I guess I expect him to wrestle, but some people are like, "Oh, he's gonna go to Japan." And I was like, "It doesn't work that way anymore. It's not. It's not 12 years ago, unfortunately.
The economy's still a little rough over there.
Yeah, he's not gonna go to Japan unless he's doing a charity. Like he's gonna do a date, like a couple dates. He's not gonna be going to Japan regularly.
Just a spot or two on a Noah tour.
He's got to come home to his fine ass wife, who's trying to be an influencer on social media and needs him there so that he can be in the videos. Goddamn it. He's gonna be home. He's gonna be in America, and that's why it's more likely that he'll try to get a spot in AEW. And so Brian Alvarez comes out and he goes, "Well, I've got some guys in AEW that told me they don't want to see Sheamus here because what happens to them? What about their spot?" And I'm thinking,
Max, are you talking shit again?
I'm just thinking of the thing Shelton Benjamin said before he got signed. It's like, if I could come in and take your spot, it wasn't your spot.
Honestly.
Max Caster.
Where
are you now, Max Caster?
Unfortunately for him, because he was cooking, he meant that shit. It's unfortunate, it just didn't work for him, but it was good words. If Sheamus comes in, I don't expect him to take too many regular spots in the first place. I mean, ideally, you would use him sporadically in matches, and then otherwise he'd probably stand around. Like if I would just fucking, for the sake of having him, we would do, and to have him to do big matches when we want, I'd bring him in, fucking fight with the Death Riders for a little bit, and then just join them. And then you could just stand around in promos and shit till we need him to wrestle. He's older. You don't need to be hoping that Sheamus wins the world title or whatever.
Right.
But the idea that Sheamus can sporadically have a fucking 20-minute banger with Brody King or Mark Davis.
I think like there's some interest in like have him wrestle a few new guys, do the obvious reunion with Claudio.
Yes.
And then whatever.
And I think too, people don't need to worry that he's going to take a world title spot because we've seen their track record with pushing giants.
Exactly. Brody King's got like the best push right now, and hasn't been on TV in like a week. So I don't know, but yeah, I want to see Sheamus have some good heavyweight Haas matches.
Sheamus feels like the perfect fit for the Death Riders. If I'm not going to get my dream of Shelton going in there, then please, Sheamus.
The only match I'd want to see him have in MLW is with Donovan Dijak. Other than that, I'm not interested in seeing him go there. But I will admit that MLW, and like I said, not even admit, I said this weeks ago. I said this months ago. MLW is took TNA spot. Like TNA, they are so much more healthy than TNA right now. They have a healthier roster than TNA right now. They have healthier connections in wrestling than TNA right now. TNA has the AMC channel slot, and they shit the bed. So they're coming back from that one. They're not winning new fans over with their product right now. MLW's got it. So but Sheamus is too big for that right now.
I don't know, man. Top Dollar will go on the internet if you talk shit about it.
Fucking Flop Dollar. Flop Dollar is funny as hell. He was literally on Twitter talking about, oh man, when was the last time you seen 10 black talent on the same episode of wrestling TV? And somebody responded like, I appreciate that. That's real cool. It is. But last week on Collision, it was 11.
And they pasted the whole card that they made.
It was 11 black wrestlers on the poster, or 10, and one that wasn't pictured. He was like, you know what? You got it.
Did he actually respond to that?
He responded like, respect.
I'll give credit there for at least not like doubling down on him being
I
wrong.
would not even have responded, bro.
At that point, you got cooked, but it's like, you know what?
I deleted my tweet.
That never happened, y'all. I don't know what
didn't happen. No, that's good stuff, though.
You got Matt Riddle on this card, Mark Coffey, Shotzi Blackheart.
We ignore the Matt Riddle part when we talk about them being healthy in TNA.
Austin Aries is still a thing.
I am willing to forgive him. He was just dumb.
Trevor Lee is here.
Trevor Lee wasn't bad.
I hear good things about this young gentleman named LeBron Cozone.
Oh, also Diego Hill is another one I hear good things about on their roster. Ikuro,
Ikuro Kwan.
Yeah, he's fine. I saw him
chasing down Templario to Mexico right now.
Yeah, he's like, and he's scared of me. I was like, oh hell yeah. Yeah, the CMLL partnership is doing them wonders too because they got Lady Frost just randomly down there, and they got people just randomly going down there.
You're not gonna talk about their champion, John?
No. I said they got good things going on.
Not everything's good there.
No, honestly, it's funny because that is the exact type of champion that like TNA would have had. You know, like when they were in that position. You know, like
I think they did.
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure it's the same guy too.
Yeah.
So people are into that shit. Honestly, people are into that shit. People like Karrion Kross. They like Scarlett. They like what they were doing in WWE TV. Unfortunately, not everybody follow them there. A lot of performative We Want Kross that just disappeared after they couldn't get him back on WWE TV because why go through the effort of watching him somewhere else? And honestly, I agree with you, but but you were fans. You were fans first. You can't turn on somebody just because they don't work there. I was not a fan. And I feel bad for the guy. You all left him hanging dry.
Well, let's see that people at least still love R-Truth.
It's just funny to hear him and Scarlett being like, yeah, we'd love to go to AEW, but only if the creative's right. I was like, oh yeah. Like,
I love the way too that the way they say that is like slightly like altered more and more to where it's like, but you know, if they did have our note, we'd happily like, you know, return a call.
It's just softening it up every time they bring it up.
Single time.
Well, sure, but you know, if they called, we would answer. we would talk.
I saw Tony Khan, you know, popping up on my phone. Yeah, we'd absolutely answer the phone immediately.
I'm glad AEW exists because that's the place where those guys can go. It's good for them. It's good for me.
Hey, we got remember when Festus came back?
No. Did they bring back the Festus gimmick?
Yeah, and was it Battle Royale?
They did it for Battle Royal.
Oh, he did the Mick Foley thing.
Was that like the last Battle Riot? He gets eliminated.
Battle Riot, yeah.
Back.
I think anyone with multiple gimmicks should at one point enter multiple times in a Battle Royale. So we should all get a chance to do something like that.
I am waiting for Godfather to have that opportunity.
Leo Rush is gonna be the next one.
I love Blackheart Leo Rush.
You know who I love? Money-tistic Leo Rush. Money-tistic Leo Rush?
No.
You don't remember that fucking promo? It wasn't a promo. It was a fucking...
Money-tistic.
You don't remember that? The kid calls in. It wasn't a call-in. It was like an Instagram Live. And Leo Rush is on the Instagram Live. And the guy just comments, I'm autistic. And Leo Rush says... I'm autistic. Oh, well, I'm money-tistic.
I remember hearing about that.
That's incredible, man.
It's so fucking like what was he thinking? It's the funniest response ever. You hear me nothing by it, but he was just like, oh, well, I'm money-tistic.
Remember a few years ago, there was like all those videos of like, you know, these are the people that you'll never see in AEW ever again. And like always in like the top 3 was like Leo Rush.
He didn't even do anything but think he was gonna retire. I'm done with this. I'm never getting pushed.
He mildly annoyed them.
Well, we weren't pushing you, but since he left, you can work your way from the bottom. Ironically, it's just what he needed.
I love like the fact too that like I think even Tony Khan said that like they're just giving him complete reign. He can go all in with it, and that's what I love about it is he's not afraid to get weird with it. He goes 100%, 110%, and I will always say Blackheart Leo Rush, one of the best characters they got right now.
I I was not like I'm not a big fan. Excuse me, of these kind of gimmicks. I'm not the biggest guy. I'm not the biggest fan of them, but you know, when you use it right and it doesn't overwhelm me and it doesn't take a, you know, I say that, but you know, I don't. Danhausen mildly annoys me, and I don't hate him on WWE TV the way a lot of people do. I hate when they haven't been a fucking Los Garza, who was supposed to be in a serious tension right now. We're just acting like it didn't happen. But that tends to be the thing with WWE. My problems are layered. Leo Rush guy. He came up with this shit on his own, pitched it. They were like, let's try it. It got over. That's the kind of pro wrestling I can't argue against. That's proven pro wrestling science. What do you want to say? Fuck shit, man. That's wrestling, baby. That wasn't a corporate gimmick handed down. He came up with that shit.
I remember, like, what was it, that pre-show battle royal where, like, all of a sudden I see Leo Rush doing this character. I'm like, wait a minute, he's not in crew anymore? And then, like, again, we just see, like, more and more of this. And at first, I had no idea what to think of it. But then, like, as he's doing those, like, promos with it, and he is just getting weird with it, and deep down, it's so freaking... I'll just say it's campy, and I love that, and that's what pro wrestling needs to be. I always love to say pro wrestling is like the biggest variety show, and he just gives something that we don't usually see in there, and he's everything that I think Tony Khan was kind of hoping Danhausen would have been, because you know he can be like the weird, fun, quirky character, but he can go in the ring as well.
I think Tony Khan knew what Danhausen could be and still didn't want that shit. I think that's the kind of choice you can make when you're a billionaire. You can be like, you know what? I know exactly how much money that fucking guy can make for us, and I still want him in the dungeon. Put him in the fucking dungeon. I can make a Danhausen tomorrow. And then he did.
I know. Shout out to Mama Laraco loves the recent the Fox and the Friends storyline that Leo Rush just had with AR Fox and Action Andretti and Ring of Honor.
AR Fox should have held that belt for longer. Leo Rush didn't need a fucking title. God damn it.
They put up a shot of Leo Rush because Mark Briscoe was out hurt. Leo Rush is trying to gather chickens.
I wish I would have seen that. Where is the chicken?
I love how whenever Leo Rush does that like little gallop around the ring now, like the whole crowd goes nuts.
He made it work. Like that's
it is impressively good.
That's what gives him the edge over Danhausen to me, like for my personal enjoyment. Because otherwise, I think
the actual athletic wrestling.
They're pretty equal. Otherwise, I don't think people should be. I think like if you hate Danhausen and like Leo Rush, you should try to find out and articulate that out loud so that you can move forward. But the thing that gives him the edge for me is that he can wrestle. He can wrestle very good. Danhausen can wrestle, but the matches I've seen from him are very basic stuff. He's a good regular wrestler. He's fine. Leo Rush is exceptional.
Like Leo Rush, like he really had a great showcase in Death's Door. Like he just took out like half of MJF and Don Callis' team on his own.
Well, that's funny as fuck though. He's like going for the one true ring or whatever, and they just put him back in the back.
Again, like he's an actual like good character, and he genuinely makes me laugh, which is very rare in wrestling nowadays.
The big bag didn't make me laugh. I never thought he would be in the bag for some reason. Maybe if I was watching at home, I would have thought that big
seems
bag.
Like a very uncomfortable stunt.
I as someone watching at home, I see the big, and I'm just thinking like, oh, they just put some like other like
a chainsaw
equipment or something. And then when
got a chainsaw, what?
Yeah. Is it bad? Like when I saw like legs in there, I was like, "Oh, like is that Yoshihiko?"
Oh
no, that's great. But So I guess we're talking about Leo Rush, and the next thing I'm gonna say has nothing to do with Leo Rush at all.
And now for something completely different.
Tiger Mask retired from pro wrestling over the weekend. It was a pretty cool ceremony they did. He wrestled twice, 2 5-minute. He did 2 5-minute exhibition matches. The first one with Dynamite Kid, Tommy Billington, the new one. They went to a draw, and then the second one was against Black Tiger, the Rocky Romero version, which was like technically his contemporary Black Tiger. Like, yeah, he helped make a new one, but this one was my rival Black Tiger. So he wanted to have his last match with him. And it went to a draw, but it wasn't enough. And so we had to ring the bell again. And then like 5 seconds later, Rocky Romero
asked for 5 more minutes. He got it. I don't think it took more than a minute for him to get Tiger suplex.
Very fast. Rocky takes off the mask, shows respect, and then the original Tiger Mask comes out. It's Satoru Sayama, and they do this. He's very old, but he wanted to have an exhibition with his student too. So they rung the bell, and I don't remember who got in the ring. I think it was Red Shoes. I think it was Red Shoes, the ref. But he gets in the ring, and they just kind of lock up. The bell rings, and they lock up for 10 seconds or whatever. And it was
Sayama has this great moment that makes everyone pop, where the bell rings, and he kind of does this little. Little jump step, the best his little old man legs can do. And it was like, whoa! It
was really good, really emotional. Everybody said goodbye. It was cool. So he's gone now, and he didn't leave behind a new Tiger Mask, and I'm disappointed.
Yeah,
but it's not like he can't just come out and introduce one. Some other
Tiger Mask 5.
No, it'd be like. Is it 5?
It's 5 now. Isn't it?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the actual definition is on that, because like they have used the Tiger Mask thing for other things.
Bushi was a Tiger Mask technically for a little.
Tiger Mask W.
Yeah, good time.
I'm talking in terms of like the pure. This is what they list as the Roman numeral one.
Right. So like Tiger Mask 5. Might have been taken by an MMA fighter that was named, I think, Ikuhisa Minoa. He also known as Minoa Man. I think he might have done that. If I remember correctly, he had done something with a Tiger Mask gimmick. There was another dude in the ring there with a Tiger Mask on, who I believe is also an MMA fighter and has some connections to Sayama.
I do kind of like that we're like in that like crossroads, because that's just like pure like Japan is the connection of wrestling and MMA.
It's the first one.
Thank you, Inoki.
There's a 5th generation Tiger Mask MMA fighter.
You need to get to.
See,
that's what it was, right?
Yeah, it was Minoa. Yeah, Minoa. He was the one. But so it looks like
8's the number we need to be introduced to.
Google lists 7 of them, but Ibushi doesn't count because he's W.
Yeah,
right.
They got a guy Takeru Segawa.
Oh yeah,
is that the MMA fighter?
That's the MMA fighter.
I think he was the one in the ring with them.
It's interesting that he counts. Yeah. But that's cool.
I guess.
There's no rules against ending the lineage outside of the sport. No one ever.
I think as long as the anime people sign off on it, you do what you want.
Yeah. Oh, there was also a kickboxer.
Okay.
Toshio Fujiwara. He is listed on Wikipedia as Tiger Mask number 6. Let's see.
The best Tiger Mask spinoff is a gentleman who wrestled in Osaka Pro, who was named Tiger's Mask and dressed as a baseball player based on the Hanshin Tigers.
Okay. I like that. This dude had 126 wins, 13 losses, and 2 draws. Jesus fucking Christ. 99 of those wins by knockout. He's probably the most tough Tiger Mask that there is.
Hey, you really want to see a long list? Go check out all the different Black Tigers.
The Black Tiger one is such fucking like they count.
It's so stupid.
Ishii doesn't fucking count. He won a thing for Angle for like 10 minutes.
They did the same thing with god damn it, Tatsuro Takaiwa, who wore the Black Tiger Mask a few times for an angle and then had it ripped off his head.
That's the whole point of the angle. You're not worth this.
And you have Takara and Ishii connected right there, right next to each other. It's 5 and 6.
Fucking bullshit that they actually count them.
It's just like the equivalent of like you have all the list of the doctors in Doctor Who, but then you've got the War Doctor, and you've got all these like side doctors that come in.
Yeah, I was adamant that like the new dude in Mexico was Tiger Mask 5, and they're like he's like 9, but I'm like, the fuck do you mean?
It's always, we talked about this when we talked about Tiger Mask's wrestling retirement, but it's always funny that the guy Tiger Mask 2, who ends up being one of my favorite wrestlers, one of the greatest of all time, was a shitty Tiger Mask.
Yeah,
it's a really shitty Tiger Mask.
Yeah, in fact, the 2 Tiger Masks we got before this one were actually fairly underwhelming as Tiger Mask.
It's all right, man. I just really think we should do it again, but I guess it's up to the anime people. It's up to.
I think we will do it again.
We got a black tiger. How are we gonna have a new black tiger and no fucking new Tiger Mask?
Yeah,
he's alone. He's alone in the world. He's got no other tigers. Well, I guess he has SLK. He has Starlight Kid.
Nice.
But they're out there with no tiger mask, so the world
he's fucking beating up on fucking Felino like you look like him.
No. It's the end of people wearing furry masks until he gets that shit sorted. But
maybe he can beat up on Lindsay Dorado. Like you kind of look like one.
Oh shit, that's right. He is a cat.
That's true.
The one more thing I wanted to talk about before we get into Dynamite and then get out of here. The G1 Climax, the 2026 G1 Climax. What is G1 Climax 36?
Coming to Nick's town.
It's not even
Chicago.
Huh?
It's not even where I live.
Shut up, Nick.
It's in
It's that thing where like you're in Northern Illinois, Chicago.
It's all Chicago. Like, you should be lucky that we even acknowledged it. What other parts of Illinois are there, bro? Like, what are you saying?
Fairfield, Springfield. No, we do have Metropolis.
Springfield.
Metropolis, Illinois is hilarious because they have such a high crime rate, and that's due to the fact that they have so much like Superman stuff that people always steal it.
Oh no!
And that boosts their number up.
Where were the Batman movies filmed?
In Gotham, bro. What are you talking about?
Yeah, honestly.
They're in Chicago. Shut the fuck up.
The Nolan films do use Chicago once or twice, but I feel like they went to New York after or something like that. Like, I'm pretty sure they changed cities once or something. New York? I think they used Chicago for Begins.
I think they definitely use Chicago for the third movie because they're doing like stock market shit.
You got to see. That's New York.
New York. I think they definitely I meant to say they left Chicago for the third movie.
But the first one is for sure Chicago. Begins in Chicago because it has the trains, the elevated trains, and that's like part of the thing. Bruce, we built these for the poor people. We ride them just to show off that we're rich. But anyway, I'm looking at
the most perfect Thomas Wayne ever put the fucking script.
He's really good. I like him, but
I just love how he's written to be the perfect human.
I have no flaws. I'm
young, I'm handsome, I'm rich. Look at my wife.
It's Scarecrow.
I give away all my money to the poor, but I still am rich. How does that work? I have no fucking idea.
I don't know.
But we got the full schedule for the G1 Climax. Now that Ryohei Oiwa and Oscar have won their play-in matches, so the blocks are full. 20 people total. Ironically, I have this fucking schedule in front of me for matches, but it doesn't have the blocks nor naturally, so I have to kind of use these matches to figure out who's missing. This is rough. Okay, so block B, we got Shota Umino, Aaron Wolf, Yuya Uemura, Zack Sabre Jr., Drilla Maloney, Hinare, Callum Newman, Ren Narita, Gabe Kidd, and Oscar. And in Block A, we have Konosuke Takeshita, Yuto Ice, Hiroki Goto, Jake Lee, Oleg Bolton, Shingo Takagi, Yota Tsuji, Sonata, Great Khan, and Ryohei Oiwa. So for me, Block A is packed, it's stuffed. I'm excited for it. Block B can have some good stuff going on, but Block A has my heart right now, even though it has fucking Jake Lee in it right now.
listen, John, we gotta have a night off somewhere.
Yeah, he's definitely the night off guy.
It used to be Yano, but we don't do that anymore.
I miss him because those shock wins were funny. A Jake Lee shock win isn't funny. It's depressing.
It's depressing.
It ruins
This is like, someone lost to Jake Lee.
Jake Lee pinned Takeshita. Wow. Wow. Anyway, we got
John
Saturday.
just throw the whole tournament out the fucking window.
It's always funny when they start the G1 in America because I'm used to, all right, G1 started, boom, every day, wrestling. Whenever they start in America, there's like a big ass gap between the first show and the next
Here's
one.
a show, here's a week off.
And then here's the rest of it. So, like,
and then there's more.
We are going to talk about the Saturday match card, and there's one match missing on it. It's Gabe Kidd versus Drilla Maloney, and it can't take place on this card because Gabe Kidd's visa, his work visa, it don't work. So he's in Japan right now, stuck. But otherwise,
work visa don't work. It's just its only purpose.
Otherwise, this is going to be a unique show in the G1 Climax schedule in that it's going to be block matches from all blocks. For the rest of the schedule, they will be split. The shows will be A block shows and B block shows.
Yes.
But Saturdays...
And eventually you'll have to deal with the tags.
Oh my God. I don't want to think about it. But you know what? You know why I don't mind those? Because they give you more time to sleep. I used to be like, hell yeah, I can miss this shit and wake up right before the main matches start. But there's a lot of people on these cards. I don't know, Greg. I don't know how many tag matches. They might not have many tag matches until the finals because each of these shows has 5 full-on matches booked. I mean, I guess you throw 1 or 2 in the beginning, but Saturdays is B block, Ren Narita versus Oscar, Aaron Wolf versus Hinare, Yuya Uemura versus Callum Newman. That should be good. Shota Umino versus Zack Sabre Jr. That was a failed Tokyo Dome main event. And then we have the A block. Oleg Bolton versus Oiwa. That's gonna be fucking great. They're gonna beat the shit out of each other. Yuto Ice versus Great Khan.
Big meaty man slapping meat.
That's gonna be funny. I forgot. Great Khan is so funny because I'm such a fan of him, like as a person, as a idea, as a gimmick. In singles matches, I'm like, okay, Great Khan, let's get this shit over with. He did save the little girl that one time though. That's really cool.
Yeah.
We got Shingo Takagi versus Jake Lee. Let's skip the shit out of that. Hiroki Goto versus Sonata. We'll see what Sonata we get. He's kind of broken. And then finally, Konosuke Takeshita versus Yota Tsuji. Rematch of this year's one of this year's Wrestle Kingdom main events, not the main one. But they will be closing this show. They don't have an Okada and Tanahashi to steal their main event this time.
They do not.
So they're gonna go out there, and that's gonna be great. The match they had at Wrestle Kingdom was fucking great. So they're gonna be great here. I expect Yota Tsuji to get that win. But it'd be cool to give Takeshita a shock win. I'm just not sure how happy Tsuji would be. Like, all ready.
And the opening.
All fucking ready. I'm the world champion. Anyway, that's your first night. And
don't worry, week 2 you get Takeshita and Jake Lee.
Fucking true.
Get that over with.
That looks like the main event. What the fuck is this?
Don't do it, please.
God damn. This first first show is actually fucking horrible, except it has Shingo versus Oiwa and Gabe Kidd versus Drilla Maloney. So that's gonna be great. Goto versus Suji should be good too, though. But anyway, I mean, I haven't looked through the schedule, but there are. I'm probably going to try to watch all the shows. I don't know how I'm gonna manage that. I don't know how the fuck I'm supposed to manage watching these weekday shows and then waking up on time to do the news, but I will be trying. Anyway, the final thing we had to talk about tonight was I forgot. They are also, this one's really fast because they're filling up the speaking of tournaments. This isn't a tournament, but speaking of events with a lot of people in them. CML's Grand Prix. The 2026 Grand Prix is filling up. The Grand Prix is a massive multi-man. It's technically a team, I wouldn't call it tag team, but because there is only going to be one winner.
Okay.
For your team, so you got like Team Mexico and Team World, and
Team everyone else.
Yeah, Mexico versus everyone else. So they go and they you just do eliminations until one guy's left. Usually, I haven't watched it long enough to know if there has been one where multiple guys from the same side lasted, whether or not they had to fight each other because they're representing different countries. But so far it's usually come down to like Mexico versus someone else, and then Mexico wins. Like, yay,
of course.
But this year so far, we're not done, but so far they've announced for Mexico, Ultimo Guerrero, Hechicero, Máscara Dorada, Zalua, Volador Jr., and Titan. And in Team World, we have Pac, Doki, Austin Aries, Roderick Strong, the young wrestler from Rev Pro Leon Cage, and Yujiro Takahashi. I was like, oh,
that's a decision.
Well, we're already fucked. If you compare the Team World versus Team Mexico doesn't have a spot like that. They got heavy hitters in every single fucking part of their team right now.
How did we let this happen?
Anyway, so that's 12 people confirmed for the CMLL Grand Prix. There's supposed to be 20 in total, so 10 on each team. So 4 people left for each team. Now, finally, we'll just go to talk about AEW Dynamite, which we did mention in the main event. Kenny Omega is the new world champion. But we kicked off with a promo from him where he asks MJF if he has what it takes to kill him. And it was like, I don't think he does, big dog. I don't think he does, big dog. You're going to do this shit tonight.
And then everyone said, hey, that's Nakazawa.
That's right. Nakazawa was there. Kenny was in his New Japan outfit. And I am actually disappointed that he didn't come out with the New Japan theme, didn't come out with the Final Fantasy boss theme. I'm kind of worried that it's gone. Like he hasn't used
that
it.
Song he used like one time.
No, not the actual Final Fantasy boss theme, the one that they made for him.
That's what I meant. Yeah,
he used.
That's right.
No, he used in main events. He used in several main events. I got to be at one of them, and the idea was that he would use it for his biggest matches.
Oh,
and
so
then
all
and then just left. It's just like he was fighting for the world title tonight. I was like, it doesn't get much bigger than this. He didn't even have the jacket. I was like, oh, we're fucked.
I can't even remember the last time I heard that song.
It was before it had to be last year because that's when I saw it. That's why I was like, man, he hasn't used it in a while. What the fuck is going on? They made it for you, so I know it's a licensing issue. We made this for you, Kenny. Actually, that stuff that kind of happened with a couple songs in AEW. Swerve's song disappeared, and then when they asked him about it, he was like, "Ask the lawyer." What? What happened?
Oh no!
What the fuck happened up there? What? Anyway, So yeah, Kenny Omega is like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, MJF. If you can't kill me, we'll see each other later on. Show starts with a pretty sick outdoor setup, lots of sand. I was like, man, that's gotta suck to wrestle on. I'm not a fan of walking on sand, let alone
that's gotta suck to put back.
So the people who gotta sweep that up.
It was hard to see, but like the rampway was kind of like it was a boardwalk, but they put the sand on top of the boardwalk.
You know, they shouldn't have put the sand on the boardwalk because I couldn't tell it was boardwalk. I just thought it was a walkway with more sand. And I was like, oh, okay, they got sand all the way to the ring. That's cool.
That was a big thing for me.
You got too much sand on my boardwalk.
It was seeing like the staging. I mean, like we have missed practical stage designs in wrestling for many years now.
Oh god,
and just to see stuff where it's like not just like a couple of props, but like there were the surfboards there was the lifeguard perch, there were all these like chairs and whatnot, like all the trees and the greenery. It felt good to see this again. Like, I just watched to celebrate the 30th anniversary, right? I just watched Bash at the Beach 1996, Hostile Takeover, and I remember remarking like, gosh, that was such a good stage. And to see a stage that kind of like it felt like it was inspired by that, it was really cool.
The you mentioned, the practical sets are a thing we're missing, but they made an effort. I thought it looked cool. There was also the idea that the stage it had a sunset theme, but as the sun actually set, the sun on the stage set. And so it was a nighttime set when it was nighttime outside. And I
the LED strongly
mistakenly gave credit to Mike Mansouri because he's the production guy who usually does the things like this. But apparently he's got a guy on the team who was in charge of this, and his name is Ian Farrell. I have no idea who that is, but you killed it, sir. Good job.
As another, I have watched Bash at the Beach 96 for a very long time. That you can see something similar to that as the show goes on. There's like a backdrop. It's kind of hard to see, and the camera doesn't always show it, but there's a backdrop that starts in the beginning of the show all like bright and sunny and cloudy. And as the show goes on, and I think they did this again at the 97 Bash too, as the show goes on, it gets darker and darker.
I love when they do that. They AEW did this once before with the I think it was like Double or Nothing last year where they were in, I would say, Arizona or something, and like the beginning of the show was like sunny Arizona and like cactuses and shit, and then by like the main event it was like stars in the sky and it was like nighttime or whatever. I like that. I like the out of the box production stuff.
The dynamic presentation adds.
If you're gonna stick me with this fucking rectangle screen that you're not gonna change every week, at least make some goddamn effort. And this guy, Mike Mansouri and his team, they are like a godsend for AEW when it comes to production. AEW production was one of their biggest fucking weaknesses for so long, bro. There were so many moments that were ruined by a director who shot it from the wrong way or some bullshit like that. This guy, Mike Mansouri, was being trained to take Kevin Dunn's spot. Like he was already known in the company as the guy that's definitely going to take Kevin Dunn's spot when he's gone. Until he realized that there was going to be no thinking outside the box in this place. I am going to be stuck in the last guy's vision, and I don't want to do that. I want to go somewhere where they're going to let me do what I want. And this guy, he's got the fucking circle cages and all this wild shit going on, and that's not something they're letting you do in WWE. What if the fucking cage was a circle? I don't know, bro.
You fit a circle in this square.
Yeah, the squared circle. It's the squared circle. Fucking short circuited. Square, circle, square, square, circle. I like
all these squares
like
make a circle. All these squares make a circle.
All these squares make a circle. What is that? One green.
We got Tommaso Ciampa versus.
I'm not okay with it.
Tommaso Ciampa versus Chris Jericho opens the show. Tommaso Ciampa comes out first, and then he tries to hide, and then sneak attack Jericho. And Jericho comes out away from me. comes all the way from the other side from behind Ciampa, and he kicked the match off like that. They fight up to the stage. They were the only people to use this side of the stage until Kenny and MJF came up in the main event.
I'll tell you exactly too. I guarantee they purposely made sure they did something up there on the stage to show people that this is going to be like a different thing entirely. And we got the stage design because we can show it off here.
And it looks cool. Like you get these shots that don't look like normal wrestling shots, like especially when it doesn't say beach break in the background, or you can just see like the fucking chairs or whatever, or just the sand, just the umbrella. It looks cool. But he gives Ciampa a suplex on one of the beach chairs, and the plastic breaks, and almost like the sharp part almost
does
goes
it puncture him.
It almost goes right in his fucking scrotum, bro. I was like,
my god. No.
He was fine though. Ciampa was fine. They kept wrestling. The yellow ropes, or orange ropes for Dynamite. Yeah. I don't know if I've seen orange ropes in a wrestling show before. Orange?
The only time I could think of WrestleMania 24.
Oh shit! You're right. You're right. They were weird red orange ropes. You're absolutely right.
Last time I could think of that. Maybe,
yeah, but this was like tangerine. This
was like a tangerine.
Yeah.
I think they used orange ropes at Halloween Havoc 1990.
That sounds sick. Because this is definitely the first time I'd seen it. And I was like, this is like a weird, different flavor of Starburst.
They also used an orange canvas.
And Ciampa worked with pocket sand. No. Jericho
just in time for the new season of King of the Hill.
But here's the thing that killed me, right? Jericho just hits Ciampa over the head with a bucket full of sand, like in the match. So I was like, is that not a disqualification? Like, what the fuck? And then Ciampa makes the effort to hide the sand to Jericho's eye. And I was like, all right, I'm just fucking confused. He hit you first, bro. You should have been fine. You should have been fine.
Of course, it's rough. It gets everywhere.
Oh god, shut up. It's
I think John hates that reference.
Jericho, I'm not gonna get into it. Jericho is blinded by the sand, and then Ciampa hits the knee strike and gets the win. Jericho versus Ciampa was good. Jericho continues his streak of good matches since he's returned. I'm glad.
I feel like he's got something he wants to prove.
I'm sure he does, and I'm glad the fans haven't got rid of it, tired of him yet. It seems to be working. Let's see what he ends up doing at All In or whatever. Uh-oh. But Ciampa actually smokes Chris Jericho with a steel chair, just headshotted him. I was like, ooh, classic. Jericho had bladed in the match, and then it's so humid and hot that they sweated all the blood out and the shit stopped bleeding. But he got cracked with the chair, and he goes down, and you just see the thing open again. It's like, damn, you really smoked him with that shit.
He opened the wound.
Oh, no. Jericho just forgot the lyrics of one of his songs.
We get a segment backstage. Ospreay's talking to Renee Paquette about Kenny Omega's title shot. He's saying he wants to face Kenny Omega at Wembley, but he's not worried about MJF's talent. He's worried about the bullshit that comes with it. MJF comes up and he's like, are you judging me? Because I didn't judge you when you were a grown-ass man trying to get Jon Moxley's love. He's tired of hearing about Ospreay versus Omega at Wembley. It was MJF that brought AEW to the golden age. He is going to end Kenny Omega tonight and then break Ospreay's neck at Wembley Stadium. Ospreay says MJF might have all these accolades, but he can never do it without the bullshit. MJF spits in his face. Security comes out. They're brawling. MJF says Kenny Omega's dead tonight, and it's on Ospreay.
Don't forget Ospreay giving MJF the most "This is Sparta" kick in the chest.
He hit this dog shit on him. Yes, he did. Kyle Fletcher won the international championship from Konosuke Takeshita with a turnbuckle brainbuster, just straight up won the title. I had a feeling that he would. It made sense. Yeah, Takeshita's leaving to the G1.
Yeah, that makes sense, yeah.
And so I was like, oh, he's dropping the fucking title. He's dropping the belt. I thought he would get screwed over. And Don Callis did get involved for a second, but he didn't factor into the finish at all. Kyle Fletcher just beat him. You just beat Takeshita. I was like, oh shit. Well then. We had a segment where Mick Foley comes out to talk to the new champion.
His dog outfit.
He wanted to compliment him on his title defense, tell him it's a good match, and they try to say he's bullshitting. He's like, no, I got credibility, motherfucker. When I say a match is good, I mean it. Don Callis says Foley's just trying to take TV time from the youth. And so Foley talks about his puppy dogs on his sneakers who have passed away, and he says if Don Callis disrespects him again, he's going to introduce him to one of these dogs, or introduce one of these dogs to the back of his ass. Don Callis has enough of this. He calls out the Jet to just like they just end the Mick Foley thing. I was like, oh
yeah,
I thought he would be.
That was so weird. He just kind of steps off to the side.
And don't forget too, Don Callis brought in like all of the biggest muscle men in his whole stable.
All the big guys are out there now. All the champions are out there too.
Murder Hog, Brian Cage, Dunkzilla's there, Jake Doyle's
my
there.
Boy. I'm glad to see Mark Davis back. I heard he was having visa issues.
Yeah.
So they call out the Jet, and the Jet condescendingly tells Kyle, "Congratulations on finally winning some gold. Thank you for joining the club." I thought that was interestingly consistent with the way he used to talk to Mike Bailey, even when he was a babyface. I was like, okay, so that's a character trait. Interesting. Let's see if they hold on to that. But the Jet wants the world championship. And when he says that, Andrade comes out, and he's dressed like a detective or something. But
how you know?
He works. He comes out, he says he wanted to be world champion, and Don Callis messed it up. So now Andrade is going to take a championship from the Don Callis family. Callis says if Andrade can beat Jake Doyle, then he can face Mark Davis for the national championship.
Doyle?
I expected Andrade to be like, I don't want that fucking belt. He just accepted it. So
all right.
Fuck it. Andrade versus Jake Doyle and Andrade versus Mark Davis will be good matches.
Yeah.
Andrade only has one question. If the Don Callis family wants to attack him, how you know? And he's telling them, like, come on, come get me, motherfucker. And I was like, oh, you guys are stupid. You're going to go, aren't you? And they went. They went. The Jet, Mark Davis, and Jake Doyle chase Andrade backstage where Darby Allin attacks.
And Brian Cage.
Oh, I didn't even see Brian Cage. I thought he was back there already. Like, he also chased Brian Cage, the Jet, Mark Davis, and Jake Doyle chase Andrade to the back. Darby Allin is there with a skateboard. Brian Cage takes it from him, and it explodes. Darby Allin did not do this because when you turn around, Andrade has the remote in his hand. And Davis says, it was you. And he says, how you know? I was like, okay. Yeah, it was good.
I was texting John as this happened, and I said to him, I'm not really feeling how much they are forcing this how you know as this promo period catchphrase. And then he pulls off the how you know with the fucking massive remote control in his hand. I was like, see, that's good.
The way they used that was perfect. You know what? I was disappointed. This would have been the perfect setting. You know, the beach and whatnot. Andrade could have been like at the beach side, going over, finding like, you know, beach girls in bikinis and whatnot. And that could have been his time to have another selfie.
We need more themed commercials. We need an ad of Andrade on a beach. Like SummerSlam ads or Brock Lesnar F5's a shark and shit like that. Eddie Guerrero and Chavo in the golf course.
No, what they need is another deal with like a collect call company.
Oh hell yeah!
Andrade, one of those like, Corona deals, and then they'll just be like, "My favorite beer." How you know?
Yeah. Or Joey Numbers and Taz getting Stacker 2 off the back of the truck.
Hell yeah, I love that commercial. Paulie Walnuts, baby.
How about you, Taz?
So the segment ends with the booby-trapped exploding skateboard.
Oh, good. Darby knows how to use explosives.
That's bad. We talk
right.
Okay. No, actually, this might be, and this is just me. Hoping for hope's sake. But Darby has been messing with explosives a lot lately, and we had a match type that we tried in this company once, and we fucked it up. But it was a good idea. And so, if there was anybody to try this with again,
and we got the new producer that can make it work.
it would be Darby, though. Darby's the guy. They hopefully
They're totally gonna do that now. I'm seeing
Moxley's
it
gonna
now.
be so jealous. He's gonna
What
be
are you
so
seeing?
fucking jealous.
Darby and the Jet, because they've just been using explosives.
Exploding barbed wire. What's it?
it's
Exploding
gonna
barbed wire death match. Fuck
It's gonna
yeah.
happen.
Yeah. I lose my shit. I still maintain that was a good match. It was a great, actually, it was a fucking great match.
So when are they doing the tag match you're scared of?
You figure All In.
Okay.
It's the biggest show. It's something for Darby to do. Something for Mick.
Featured.
It's Mick Foley and Darby, which is a pretty big. Like you can sell that.
Once again,
Darby
something that
Allin
makes
and his
John Moxley
amazing
proud.
old friends.
Yeah, it's consistent. Darby Allin takes an old man and teaches him how to be young again.
It's true. Don't inspire Foley to jump off something.
He'll take all the big ones. And Foley will be
jeez.
all right.
I know he was trying to lose weight to have one last match. I was like, no, please.
I was gonna say, yeah, he looked like he did already lose weight in between the last time we saw him and now.
It's happening. It's happening.
Jinkies.
So we got the Death Riders, Will Ospreay and Jon Moxley versus the Workhorsemen. And as I'm watching this match, I'm thinking to myself, wow, I miss AEW Dark. And it's not because the Workhorsemen are like jobbers or whatever, but they are in this company. And I was like, well, I know on Dynamite they're not going to have the jobber match. Not with these guys. They're going to have the competitive match. That's fine. It's whatever. He already explained that. It's because not everybody can afford pay-per-view. So my shows are full of good wrestling. Fine. So then you need a fucking jobber match show. There needs to be a show where fucking Will Ospreay and Jon Moxley can team up and beat the Workhorsemen in 3 minutes with just signature moves. Like, you used to be able to do that on Dark. They used to do that all the time, actually. You would just have new guys, and then you would have, like, we're doing a story next week, and we need to give this person wins. And so they would run through someone. And we need more people to get ran through. You know? So that's what I'm thinking while I'm watching this. Just like a WWF Superstars or something. Anyway, Moxley and Ospreay get the win. They do. Ospreay's hitting a Styles Clash. Moxley hits a regular pile driver, and then he hits.
Don't forget,
JD.
Ospreay's doing the Styles Clash on a like 300+ pound dude in JD Drake.
Yeah.
He also did it out of like
He looked uncomfortable.
He did like that flip reversal that he does, but into the Styles Clash. And I was like, oh, yeah, I hadn't done that before. So
JD
yeah,
Drake's been working with like all the big stars recently too.
he's good. Hopefully they get a push. But it ain't gonna be tonight. Ospreay and Moxley get the win.
I can't lie though. Anytime I see the Workhorsemen on my screen, it makes me happy.
Because after this, we have the Women's Casino Gauntlet. This match was not good.
It was all over the place.
This match was everywhere. And then I'm watching it with the commercial breaks cut out, so I'm seeing what they're doing, and they're just fucking around in the commercials. Like Sky Blue is just like spanking. She was just like spanking Maya World with the trash can lid. And I was like, as much as I enjoy watching this is not a good match.
And then they get to the logic aspect of like, why are you beating up security? Why is security even here? Why is there like prevention in a no disqualification match?
The
Why
most
are you
hilarious
not
thing about this match
racing
is
to get the win?
Decla's very queer commentary.
Or
Texas
her
commentary was
offering Tony
awesome.
Schiavone a constant sips of her drink.
Yes.
Did you sell the jacket I spit on, Tony?
It's like, stop.
He
Please.
said, I didn't want you to spit on me again, Thecla. And she was like, you know you like that. It's like, she's wild.
Lois is listening.
She was like, man, the last time I was in a casino, I won $10,000 and ended up in a strip club. Like, Thecla is so good. I
think she made a reference to Mina Shirakawa as a love doll.
She said she wanted to. She said she looks like a blow up doll. I wish we were friends. She said I just want to.
I was like, and that's when I texted John like Thekla's really gaying up this segment.
Just what happens between us before we record.
Of course.
Don't forget we had that brief moment too of Mina and Rena.
That's right. Amina was so happy to see her, and Rena just smacked the shit out of her.
It's like, I'm here to kill you.
Like, Rena, shut up, bitch.
That had great commentary for Rena too. Rena comes out and she's like, "Oh, there's a smart bitch. We used to be friends. I think we're cool. We should be cool. We're still cool. We used to be on a team together." Like,
I remember that. Yeah.
She's just great. I mean, let's talk about this match, and then I'll have my thoughts on Thekla's trajectory at the moment.
Also,
because
big shout out to, before I forget about it, just Mercedes sitting up there on the lifeguard perch.
yes,
No microphone, so she's got to make faces.
and as far as her faces go, she could not, like, Maya World comes out and you just see Mercedes looking all proud, like, look at my baby. I made one of those. Like, anyway, this match happens, and it is a match, and the order of entry was Athena, Maya World, Sky Blue, Mina Shirakawa, Julia Hart, Rena, Thunder Rosa, and then the big surprise, Willow's back.
Willow.
Hell yeah.
No.
I saw people, a lot of people theorize that maybe Tony Khan just couldn't think of a way to get the belt off Willow before Wembley.
Oh dear.
But I was like, nah, man, I think she got injured. I think she got hurt, and it was just enough that I can't do the tournament. And you know what? And he was like, I'll take the opportunity then to take the belt off you. Like, fuck it. Because I was gonna do this whole thing, but we'll just skip a chapter.
Or it's possible too that, like, at first they thought maybe the injury could have been worse than it was, but then like later it was like,
It do be that way.
Bad. Yeah,
They lost a whole angle with Ken Kennedy that way.
I was just gonna say, think about Mr. Kennedy.
If I was Mr. Kennedy, I wouldn't even have reported back healthy.
It's like, I'm still out, guys. It's
It's bad.
Hurting, brother.
It's bad. I'm not gonna make it till you guys have a spot available.
Well, I think the only thing that'll heal this up is a world title in Chicago.
Yeah.
So, Willow Nightingale gets the win. She pins Julia Hart. Willow versus Thekla is on for the world title. And I think, to me, it's very obvious that it's going to be Willow Nightingale versus Mercedes Moné at All In Wembley Stadium.
All in.
Ow. Ow. Yeah, so as I love Willow, like, I needed this to happen. I'm scared for a couple things because I'm like, oh, oof, okay, he could lose.
Yeah.
Right.
At Wembley. I don't know if I like that, but it does feel like Mercedes is coming around to get a win. It doesn't feel like she learned anything. She doesn't feel very humble. She doesn't feel like she's been humbled. She just lost her belts and she just pulled her shit together and stopped being cocky. But she hasn't really learned anything. So I'm like, she could still lose.
It is the Wembley show, so there could be an exception.
It could be a surprise. I mean, but you really gotta have something locked in for Mercedes where she can lose at the big show twice. Like, what is that?
Right.
She lost last year. And then Thekla. Just the idea, like, Thekla. What are we gonna do with Thekla? Thekla held your women's division together. You know, like, Thekla is one of the most intriguing new characters you have on your show.
Right.
Find something.
Maybe Mina Shirakawa will return to her previous detective ways.
That's right, but I don't think it was Thekla. I don't think they know either. But I wouldn't go with Thekla. Thekla was too obvious.
Right.
I got the title next, so it was me. Like, I needed to be some. I always said that it should be Mina.
Who stood to benefit the most?
It should be Mina eventually after Big
Wait,
Babyface run.
it was obviously Rena. Did you see the way she went after our detective?
That's right.
Darn teenagers.
Post match, Thekla attacks Willow immediately. No time to celebrate. Except her girls get taken out on the ramp. And I was like, what the fuck is this? What is this non-format shit? You broke my brain. This doesn't work. We were done. I thought we were going to the next segment.
The Divine Dominion's here.
No, that's just crazy. That's what's weird about the whole thing, right? The dynamics were off because like Willow got taken out, fine, and the Divine Dominion comes out and they go after Thekla's girls, and I was like, Willow with the Divine Dominion.
I was thinking the same thing at first. I was like, huh?
What? Big people combined. This is like a Voltron.
I was feeling like, is this like enemy of my enemy is my friend? Like, what's going on here?
And then fucking Mercedes comes down to the ring, smacks both these bitches with the title belt, and all three of them hold up their shit together. And I was like, what? What the fuck? I don't know if they're a faction. I kind of got excited at the idea of them as a faction. When I saw them all together, I was just like, ooh, like I like that. But Excalibur said that she paid. Has Mercedes paid for some help? Like, is Mercedes paid? So I'm thinking that they're just going to be like mercenaries for now. They're not going to be a faction. But that's cool. I like it. But it does make me wonder if Mercedes and Thekla are going to get involved because they gave Mercedes 2 people so she can't get jumped by Thekla and her girls. So like she's even. She's gonna be fighting the Triangle of Madness. Great. Anyway, we after that we had our main event. Oh no, bullshit. We had a video package for Jack Perry.
Yeah.
Okay. So my alarm was going off for this weeks ago because Brian Alvarez kept saying like Jack Perry hasn't re-signed and it's coming up any day now. And like a week later, he's like, any day now. And then he's like, Jack Perry hasn't resigned. And I'm like, okay, Jack Perry is not leaving. You know, there was no moment, at no point in time that I think, what's next for Jack Perry? Like, where the fuck is he gonna go? NXT? Really? After all this, you're gonna go to NXT? You fucking dumbass. I was like, that's not happening.
Plus, Punk would put the kibosh on anything there.
I don't think he has. I think if they were interested in Jack Perry for whatever reason, I think all he can do is whine and bitch from his position on top. And they'll be like, well, we'll keep you guys separate. You won't have to cross paths. If for whatever reason they wanted Jack Perry. But I don't think they do.
No way.
But
especially like, you know, he doesn't have the Hollywood connections that they like to say he does.
Excuse me, his father is Luke Perry. His
Where's
Hollywood loyalty? I was like, but he wasn't in any movies. Hollywood loyalty.
He's kind of not even around anymore.
Hey, in Hollywood, it doesn't always matter.
Get CGI Perry in there.
But they did do this video package where they're like, Jack Perry has re-signed with All Elite Wrestling. I was like, did you think that we would think otherwise? I know they did. I felt like they thought for sure people would speculate. Jack Perry's going to WWE. Like, never happened. Nobody ever thought that.
I was so mild. Is it bad that like this was the part of the night that like was the most boring to me? Was this whole like Jack Perry segment?
Well, like I said, there was no hook. You didn't think he was leaving, so it's like, yeah, of course he did.
Yeah, they were just like something about a pillar. I'm like, oh, and like my brain went to like, oh, what did Sammy do now? Like,
love that.
Don't get me wrong, though. I like Jack Perry a lot, and I don't want to. I'm glad that he did stick in AEW because I wouldn't have wanted to see him in that system. It ain't gonna work for you, big dog. Then we had our main event, and then Kenny Omega won the title from MJF. Now we have a new AEW World Champion headed into Wembley. The match was announced: Ospreay versus Omega.
I was getting scared during this main event because, like, the way these guys were selling, it legitimately looked like Omega and MJF were having heat stroke because of just how like sweaty and worn out they were, like in the early stages of the match.
Kenny blew up, but I think, like you said, it was because of the heat or whatever. They were just like dying in the heat.
Hot, it's humid.
I love Kenny Omega's kick out at one. Like nobody else, anybody ever since the Osprey one, where Osprey hit him with the one winged angel, and he was like, "Get the fuck out of here! You never been me with my own finisher." I like that it comes in moments of like complete disrespect. Like you could never disrespect me like this. Like, get the fuck out of here! It's my favorite Hulk up. Like no other Hulk up spot in pro wrestling works for me. Like none of them have ever worked for me except
not
for
even the traditional.
The traditional works the least. The traditional was the one that I have to like. When I was younger, I like cringe a little bit when I'm watching with my mom. Like, it's okay. He's just strong. This is so much. This works so much better for me because it's like this burst. Everybody have a burst of energy, and it goes away in a few seconds. But it comes so fast. It's so hype. And if you follow it up right, if you are Kenny Omega, then you will follow it up right, and you will get all the emotions that come out of a spot like that. All these other people that try it doesn't work the same. But it doesn't come across like part of the character. Like, oh shit, you done did it now. Look at what you fucking did. He's pissed off. He kicked out at once.
You've gone and made a big mistake.
I loved it. I loved it when he did it tonight. I loved it when he did it with Osprey. And it worked. So great match, great moment. Kenny Omega's world champion. Let's see his line of defenses over the next few months. I'm excited. I'm really excited for the Grand Slam match that has to happen. I'm excited that Kenny's coming to Arena Mexico. He didn't come last year, and people were really mad about that shit because he was on the poster. This year, they kept him off the poster, and I'm sure he's going to show up as world champion. That's going to be great. But that was AEW Dynamite.
Beach break.
And that's the week in pro wrestling.
Break at the beach.
Next week, we'll be talking about the first night of the G1.
That'll be interesting.
Whatever else happens from now until then, I'm sure some wild shit will go down. But until then, follow Nick on Facebook, Nick LaRocco.
Yes, sir.
Don't follow Greg. He's not into that. Don't follow Dirt Sheet Radio on
I'm
all
just not
social
that into
media
you.
networks. Follow us, especially on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube. For the latest information, we get that shit out there, bro. Go to DirtyRadio.com. Meet all our new writers. We got a team of writers. We got a fucking article.
We got Tales of Lucha coming.
We got Tales of East Asian wrestling. Everyone always talks about Japanese wrestling, but no one ever talks about the scene in Taiwan or China or the Philippines.
No, they don't.
Right.
Sema tried to get that shit off the ground,
and now here I am. I'm going to try to take the baton from Sema, and we got some people
long history there too.
That part of the world that I want to introduce that kind of wrestling to me and to all of you. So I'm working with some guys out there, and it's going to be great. As well as just check out the website. We've got a line of writers. They're writing good shit. You can never tell us that we are not. I will always think back to 2022. Okay, when a certain dirt sheet writer with a amount of success decided that little old Dirt Sheet Radio was a problem for them. And so I made sure to become a very big problem for them.
Even bigger now.
Yeah. And now I am making a fucking career out of being a problem for them. And that happened because I told myself this will never happen again. You will never catch me slipping again. And they won't. Dirt Sheet Radio is here to stay forever. Look at us. Look at this. Yeah, this is the nucleus. This is where it all expands from. This is the center of the cell. Forever. To follow us, it's episode 238 of Dirt Sheet Radio. 238.
It's been a while.
A lot of fucking episodes. And I'm gonna finish eating my French fries.
Heck yeah. We've talked about a lot of wrestling together, boys.
Fuck yeah.
A lot of wrestling. We've been together for a lot of crazy things. I'm
gonna watch the second half of that 2-episode premiere.
Oh yeah.
Same. Now that I know that part 2 is already out, it's like Amazon said that it was coming out in like a day or two. So I'm like,
Well, they
yeah, I'll just wait for
fucking
it.
lied to you, Nick. It's time to go to extremewrestlingtorrents.net. That's
Oh dear.
We here at Dirty Radio do not condone.
No. Anybody who listens to 2 hours and 39 minutes of us deserves to know that you can go to extremewrestlingtorrents.net for almost any of your professional
The
wrestling
views of
needs.
John Escudero do not represent
Unless
the views
you're
of
the
Dirty Radio.
FBI, I guess.
Please make sure to keep your ratio and seed and don't leech. Thank you very much and have a good night.
This concludes our broadcast day. Good night, and God bless.
The sport of professional wrestling.